Hey guys, I think the sound is working now. We'll bring the mic up. Okay, there's sound.
Hi.
Okay, so maybe we should introduce ourselves. I'm William Cheer.
I'm Sean.
I'm Kevin Zuhn.
Yeah, so Kevin. There we go. Let's get Kevin more in the camera. Right, so hold on, let me tweet first.
We are streaming now. Oh, it's a chat. Oh, Kevin's chat.
Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Why is TweetDeck? TweetDeck is the worst. Oh, there we go.
I'm Sean. I made a game called Anodyne, and I'm making a game called Even the Ocean.
Right. Take the time to pitch your games.
Thanks, Sean.
I'm working on Manifold Garden. It's Game of the Year when it comes out. And Kevin worked on... what did you work on, Kevin? Why are you here?
I worked on Octodad and Octodad Deadliest Catch. Our new game is not announced yet.
Okay. So... Alright, that's tweeted. So now we are going to go ahead and play through The Witness and talk about it. Hopefully the audio level
Who's
is
playing first?
fine. Yeah, let me
Okay, I'll
switch
do
to...
it. That's my hand starts hurting.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me turn on the bit of audio.
So, people on the stream can hear the audio.
They can hear the game audio, yeah.
Do you guys use inverted Y look?
I
I
usually
can
don't.
get used to it. Okay, so that's... Yeah, I just want...
You can invert it. It's pretty easy to change.
That doesn't really matter for this game.
Alright, the first tunnel.
Oh, wait. Okay, we should be talking about what's happening, not...
Right. So
Not
this is where we're
breaking
starting
through.
here from the beginning. So, one thing, and I think we want to be pretty loud because the mic is...
Yeah, just yell at us if we're not loud
Yeah.
enough.
And,
Wrong way.
So the thing is, it's like, why are you starting in this tunnel that goes nowhere?
Well, I mean,
It's basically, I think it's the philosophy of like, make it so things are very clear, which I don't think you need this much guidance, but,
yeah, I feel like these days the basics of tutorial design are to only give the player one place to go until they're like ready to handle more. Which, yeah, there's the first meta puzzle right there, just hiding right behind you at the
Whoa,
start.
what the hell is that? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
We can talk about those later.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I mean, in some ways, this isn't really sort of tutorial technique I would use anymore, but it makes sense with the rest of the game and sort of how all these puzzles are just building up vocabulary. Even.
Well, what about it strikes you as wrong, or at least
Not wrong. It's just like. I don't know. It's just.
too
It
basic?
feels a little over the top. Just like that long corridor. I can't watch. Hell, it's a birth canal. Ha!
No, Solar Git is having streaming issues.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, birth canal kind of makes sense as far as like a metaphor for you shooting out into the world of the game.
It is a birth canal. Okay, we're not going to do this.
Okay, we can do it now. Well,
So end
the thing
game
is, can you
immediately?
come back later once you've opened this door?
No,
Yeah.
we just start a new game.
You can.
You can't, because I couldn't get that door closed.
You
I had
can't.
to-
There's a way.
You have to go underground, but I don't know.
No, you don't have to go underground.
To reset it?
No.
Oh, no, that's right. You just do a special
Yeah,
code.
there's a-
yeah.
You'd have to do a bunch of stuff to get the code,
Yeah.
but we already had that code, so
Oh, right.
we could open it, close it, go to the secret anytime we wanted. I mean, that's the thing that I kind of like about The Witness is that like the barriers between you and the puzzles are what you know, and not like a more Metroid you don't have the right ability thing.
Right.
Like it's not
Yeah.
enforced within the game's rules. It's enforced within like your mind.
It's totally only gated by knowledge.
Right, and that I think I really like the devotion to that idea, because there aren't any upgrades in this game.
Yeah, that's nice for once.
Hey, Chris Bell. Chris Bell is here.
Hi, Chris Bell.
Hi, Chris Bell.
I don't know you. Well, I know you, but like, heard how you know people's names, but you don't know them. I'm over-explaining myself.
Like, deeply, truly know them in a personal way. Oh?
Should I change my playback rate?
What's wrong with it?
I think it's just a little high. I don't know if we can change it though.
On stream, you can maybe.
Let me see if I can. I think I gotta. Let me take a second. Coding. Max bitrate is 2800.
I don't know what that means. I don't either. Great.
I don't want to change it. I think it might screw up the stream. Ugh. Sorry. Okay, we'll wait for more people and then they'll give us quality changing. So, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to add a spoiler warning.
Yeah, we already spoiled the game really badly. Sorry.
Well, true.
Come on.
Sorry.
We'll put it on.
I mean, we didn't tell them how to do it.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
said they-
No, actually, this is a good time.
I mean, it makes sense to say that, although, like, with The Witness, basically anything you do is a spoiler.
Yeah, watching it is already a spoiler.
But, I mean, because of that reason we said, like, because knowledge is your barrier, knowing how to solve a puzzle is skipping, like, a large part of the game. Yeah. Which is also, I'll just save it for when the stream's ready, but...
I don't think I can go lower at 1080. But anyway, spoiler warning. Edit scene.
Where can I get these?
You probably shipped from Starbucks.
Straightforward.
Streamers, if you use Groupon,
Okay.
Starbucks has a $5 for $10 deal. That's what I use
Spoiler
for that.
warning in much larger font and red. Hold on a second. There we go. Spoiler warning.
It's good to me.
Should it be red?
Whatever.
I don't know.
cares?
There's not that many. We don't. Yeah, there's not much
Whatever.
text on the
Yeah.
screen. Let's go back. We're gonna go back in design. Okay. Chris Bell says he's got an issue with the gate. Okay.
I mean, if you click on the screen for the witness, it's going to be spoiled. I mean, come on. Now.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, let me open the freaking gate
Okay.
first.
All right. So Chris has a problem with the gate.
I guess I'm just playing right now. I'm just going to change the control.
Quizzical says no one cares. Yeah. Do switch your.
Where's the control? Oh, here we go. Yes.
It's clear that it's okay. I'm gonna actually just read from the iPad.
Yeah, good idea.
Because that's too far. So Chris Bell says it's clear that it's a line when you return there, and you spend the whole game waiting to do it, so it just nags at you. I would have preferred that as you solve the yellow panels, the pine gets covered up.
What? Oh, this? What's the pine?
Oh, the line gets covered up.
But if that were the case, if solving those panels covered the line, like you would, once you got past the initial part, you could never solve it again. Like you'd have to restart the game. But there's a way to, like, close the gate without restarting the game.
Oh.
Well, anyway, I mean, honestly, when I first played this, I didn't really notice the gate.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, basically, the point is, like, the way of reactivating it is kind of obscure and annoying, and it would have just been better if, you could just turn these off, and that would let you complete the meta puzzle. And
Yeah,
I think
I
I
think
agree
so.
with that, because I see...
I see.
It's kind of just
Okay.
like, how do I do this? Do I have to restart the game? And you really think you have to restart the game. Anyways, let me go ahead and solve this.
Can you solve that in any way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I liked is that the game kind of encourages you to look around places unnaturally. So the first thing I did when I left this area was go up on the slope over here. Just go around the edge of the place.
Right.
So this is really cool.
Oh.
One of those Dark Soulsian or whatever, anything, moments where you can view places you've already been. That's a nice thing that some games like to do.
Although once I got up here, I had a really hard time finding my way back down.
Yeah,
It's not clear.
you can't fall, right? Yeah.
You can't fall, and I wasn't sure how because I think I must have gotten up without meaning to.
Which, not falling is my biggest issue with the game, but
You didn't like that.
no, I didn't like that.
Oh.
Because most of the time, if I were here, I'd be like, well, the fastest way out of here would just be to drop down and leave through the front door, but they don't let you.
Right.
So you have to go through a circuitous path in order to, come back
Yeah.
out the way you came in.
To see, it's easy to miss where you came up from, right?
Right, because
Yeah.
it's a tiny, slightly broken down wall. But, I remember after this point going around the backside of the castle, and I believe finding the first triangle.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, that's it. The first triangle.
Well, we can go
Yeah.
do that right now.
We'll go see it.
Triangle. Oh right, the broken pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never figured
Oh
out.
right, you have.
Is that what
to,
you're talking about?
Yeah,
you have to redo the other. Okay, we'll read it. But
they're like the single panels with triangles on them. There's like the triangle symbol.
Yeah.
And one of them is right there behind the castle. That's like one of the first things I found in the game. And I mean, I didn't know what it was, but I figured like.
Sean,
Hey,
hold on
found
one
it.
second.
are we gonna do the pillar? No. Well, we'll do it, but maybe not first.
Can I?
The Easter egg room. The bonus ending room. That's what they call the pillar.
They call it the pillar.
I don't know. That's
The
someone
one
else
that looks
would
like
call
a
it
pillar.
The pillar. They're calling it a pillar because the.
Oh, the thing that opens
Yeah,
the gate.
yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
So the thing I was talking about then, or wanted to talk about with the knowledge as the barrier, is that the temptation to cheat was like extremely strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be one puzzle aside, it's not going to be a skill component like keeping you from solving it. It's like not that it's going to be too fast or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just that you need to know the answer, and so.
Since we're already doing it, we should talk about the design of the environmental puzzles, right? Okay. The plus puzzles, because they never. It would have been interesting if you're shadow. Is there any environmental puzzles where you're shadow?
I don't think so.
You need to use,
I
that would have
don't
been
I don't believe so because I don't think it's like puzzle shaped enough.
Yeah.
Although wouldn't it be funny if it was?
Yeah.
If it turns out your whole body was just shaped
Was
like
a
a
metal
stick with a
puzzle.
circle.
You
on
were
it.
you were walking environmental puzzle
Yeah,
this
you-
whole time.
you
You
were
spent
the
the whole
puzzle.
game looking for it, and it turns out
It was
it was
you.
you.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah.
Level design. Oh.
to go Neshi talking about because my game doesn't have jumping.
So it's not.
Jumping actually breaks my game though.
Jumping probably would have broken
Yeah.
this game. But
I mean, I'm not sure about broken.
not broken, but like.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
It's like not a game where jumping matters.
What's
but-
nice is that so far the game still is linear up to
Mhm.
this point.
Right.
Like it's just bringing you along. This is sort of where you didn't. So William got you ended up going to town first.
No, I
right?
went to the marsh area first.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I did the apple, and then I just wandered into the marsh area and was stuck there.
So should I just do these puzzles or?
Yeah. I feel like we should. Do we need to do them? Yeah.
No, these
no,
aren't necessary.
right. Okay, so but the point with the environmental puzzles though is I actually finished the game without doing any of them.
Really?
Yeah, like I noticed them. I was like, okay, that cloud looks kind of weird, and the river at the top of the mountain when you looking up from the top of the mountain. It just never occurred to me to like touch them. So
yeah, it was when I realized that the I'm gonna call it puzzle vision, where your screen locks in place.
Yeah.
When I realized that you could use that without a puzzle actually being in front of you, I thought, oh, you're gonna like there will be a point in this game where you're going to have to use that, and it came sooner than later. I think the desert area, the temple in the desert, is where I looked down and I saw one of them, and then I like found the first environmental puzzle for me. I was like, oh, there's tons of these.
Chris wants to talk about how the panels incrementally teach rule sets,
So,
the design of them. Well, okay, so the reason why I wanted to bring up the environmental thing first before we continue is because watching the giant bomb conversation with John, it turned out that was his primary motivation for the game. Like, it wasn't the panels, it was he wanted the game to be about drawing these large gestures, and then the panels turned out to be a way to guide the player into that. So, but I think that's something interesting to think about. Like, all of this, which like that main game was just a way to build up to that, and it seems in some ways kind of weird that you can play through this whole panel game
without even
knowing the gesture part, which is supposed to be the main game.
Wait, he thinks the main game is the gesture part?
No, that was at least at the beginning. Like, that was the main motivation. The whole point of building the game was to get to that part.
That's kind of I know what he means.
Coolest.
So that sort of observation stuff isn't like it's like a 3D hidden object.
The thing I like about these incremental panels, especially every new zone you come into has a set of these, is the part where they change one thing to challenge your assumption about how the rule works. I remember that being like especially fierce in the Starburst area. The treetop village, where like you needed that incremental teaching to tell you what the rule was. And you'll see it there too. Well, you left. I guess you won't see it there.
Oh well, we can look at this.
You don't have
I mean, so these are. I wanted to go to the tree area because I thought that was a good one to talk about. But we can talk about this one.
The learning the rules in this game, it works in a very like axiomatic way. If you've ever learned math through like the axiomatic method, it's sort of like
where you start with these basic assumptions.
There's like basic axioms, and so basically the first puzzle always it kind of. So if you think the thing you're discovering is like the rule, the first puzzle always sort of narrows down like infinity into like a space of what the rule could be, and each incremental puzzle kind of narrows down what that rule could be until it's just one clear statement.
Oh, right. So in this case, it's like, okay, well, I obviously have to have both of them.
Yeah, both of them covered, but it's still possible that maybe the answer is like, oh, you have to divide the space in half perfectly.
Right.
But as you go further, you're like, oh, well, no. Because now this puzzle,
and also the order doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like I'm not sure, and there's probably a lot of other things, but somehow.
So in a way, these are interesting because they. Oh right, so that's why he keeps having you. But these ones are not furthering the axiom, right? I already sort of know the rule.
I mean, they might be in some subtle way, but I feel like intuition really covers a lot of stuff. Like, maybe this does something with, like, ordering or things that I don't really know.
Like, as far as that one there, let's see what I think about it.
This might just be reinforcing the notion that it doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter where you start to finish, but maybe some starting positions, you can't finish.
Okay.
From. And then there's that challenge puzzle that uses all these ideas over on the door. I don't want to really do that, but...
Alright, do you guys, some of the puzzles are incredibly frustrating. One of them I tried positioning for 15 minutes and then rage quit. Oh, that's the environmental puzzles. Okay. So this is one of my favorite sequences in the game. This is the tree one, right? Because at first you're like... So these are the ones that I like the most in The Witness, is ones where there becomes a dialogue between what you see in the panel and what you see in the environment, right? And I think because in this one you don't know what to do, but the way you positioned it makes you notice the tree. So immediately you're like, there establishes a relationship between the panel and the environment.
And I do think that a puzzle like this does exist to kind of prime you for understanding that the environment is relational to the puzzles.
But not the panels, right? The environmental puzzles are just separate. So the reason why I never touched them because I thought there would be panels where you had to use them later. You had to have solved panels based on the shape of that.
But I'm still saying that the concept exists that sometimes you need to look at the environment to look for things because there's no reward to solving the tree sequence other than having learned this. That you can look at the environment for solutions to
same with the other
problems,
the covering and the separation puzzles.
Right.
I still feel like environment puzzles are kind of dialed in. I don't know.
These became kind of interesting. It was always I never did quite figure out the rule for how to order trees. I just sort of is this one is it on the inside or is it on the outside?
It's from the branch. So ignore the space that the branches are creating and just look at where they branch.
See how one's broken? If you look at the panel, there will be one that's broken, and then that'll tell you which way to view the symmetry.
Which one is broken?
In the farthest on.
This one?
Yeah, see how
that's right. There was that's right. So, because this one's broken, so that means that it must be the outside. In which case, this is. Alright, so that done. That's on the inside. So it should be this one, right?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. So that's right. None of the trees are symmetrical. Yeah, that's. So this becomes my favorite part, which is where. Is this the one? No, this one still has it.
Yeah, the environmental field puzzle. Well, yeah, these observation puzzles they feel dialed in sort of because the panel puzzles in the game are so mathematical and logic based.
Yeah.
And then these environmental puzzles are trying to take that idea and apply it to some abstraction of nature, which just feels kind of weird to me because some things in nature work very orderly, but it just seems like they're just trying to stick math and this rationality onto something that ends up just being annoying to me, looking for the right viewing angle or whatever.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I think there is some ambiguity with where the apple is in this one.
That's not.
There's not.
There's not?
Because remember when there's a broken thing, then that's also missing on the panel.
Right. I know, I see that, right? But that's on the left side. It's on the left chunk.
Right.
The apple, but is it on the...
But that's a signal to you that this is the correct perspective.
Oh, yeah. I see. So that would mean that that's on the... Got it. So that would mean that the apple is on the inner...
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't... Right, so that means that the apple is on this one. Right. Interesting. Because I kept trying to think that there was if there were twists in the tree,
right?
That
But those are what you need to ignore in favor of just where the branch occurs.
Yeah, because it's because Garrett talks about how it's a bit annoying that if you get something wrong, you have to backtrack. But I think he has to do that, otherwise people would just guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's with the sound one.
Right. So this is what this one I really like, right? Because you're missing there's no apple, and at first you're like, how can I solve this one? But you figure out. So one of these is not. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay, so there's two broken here. Actually, there's one broken on each. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Garrett Polk, I know what you mean. I think I remember stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe it was consistent. Maybe it's not. Yeah. What Mo says is that's right.
Interesting. I'm actually having kind of a hard time seeing this one. So this is like, this one is 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
I just draw this shit. We should do the Tetris puzzles because those are things that a lot of people seem that I can do. That's fine. Or Kevin can do it.
I love the Tetris.
Oh right,
Yeah,
so
I
this
like
is
that
this is
My
the
favorite.
one that looks like it's broken. It looks like it's. Oh, so he doesn't make you. Okay, so this is the other thing, right? Because sometimes they lock you to a view. You know, like if I hit A, it
If you step back,
Gets
you
me?
should be able to. Oh, maybe.
Keep trying.
yeah, but like the fact that it does that to me. So I think it's this one.
On the right side and then right.
And then right, because
Yeah.
you figure that one must have gotten broken off of.
Right, because the difference is that the branch is broken on the tree,
Right.
but the limb still exists in the puzzle box.
So this is
So
this
it's
is
the
like
thing that doesn't match.
right, and then eventually you see it here. That's where the apple's broken off. So this is like one of my favorite sequences in the game, and I like where it, like if we were to sort of abstract this puzzle, what it's doing is there's something on the panel, and there's a relationship to the environment, and then what it does is it asks you to take a real world concept, in this case, branches can be broken, and apply that to the puzzle solving, right? So you have to take like a real world property that is never established in the game, or that branches can be broken, and use that to solve the puzzle. But then, if you were to take that same line of questioning, you should be asking, why is the sun always in the same spot?
Is it the idea of natural rules intruding upon the rules of the game? Something like that?
Yeah, but in this case, it feels like he's handpicked them.
As in handpicked which rules to be true.
Yeah,
Uh,
arbitrarily so.
yes.
Yeah.
Very
Which
arbitrarily.
I feel makes this game
Yeah.
not as interesting.
That's
then.
why the nature aspects are kind of odd.
Like, because then you can no longer question, you can no longer trust nature.
Because, well, it's just like the clouds, like they're just another puzzle, right? Like, their shape is weird because at some point in the sky, they will be a puzzle.
Right, but you don't know, but you're like, okay, but how much of your understanding of clouds can help you then? You know?
I mean, not at all, especially if
Right,
you
but
face it
see,
way.
that required some understanding of how trees work and that branches can be broken.
Sort of. I mean, like, you could always abstract that puzzle out to, like, instead of a tree, it being just a bunch of poles.
And one of them is broken.
Right. And, like, the idea that they didn't have to be trees is what I'm saying. But that trees are the visual representation that was chosen.
Right.
Environment.
The environment puzzle experienced decay in the same way memory does and logic doesn't, or the way spiritual practices require
I
maintenance.
don't know what that means.
Oh, interesting. It's got one already.
I guess the first one.
Yeah, but it's got the yellow square inside.
These rules aren't
Yeah.
arbitrary. I mean, they're not they're logically consistent with themselves, but they're sort of in picking what in nature will be used as a rule. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
Well, it kind of goes along with the idea that the nature in the witness is artificial.
Yeah.
Like every aspect of it is created, and that becomes true within like the fiction of the witness as well. But and that part, of course, I wasn't all that happy with myself. But
VR. P-Jug.
How are those rules arbitrary? They're picked so that the puzzles can work.
They're not.
No, but if you come across a new puzzle, you don't know which ones are going to work and which ones are not.
Also, every rule in a puzzle is arbitrary because they're not they're not defined by a physical law. They're defined by the maker of the puzzle.
Right.
And arbitrary isn't necessarily a bad thing where puzzles are concerned, because without rules there is no puzzle.
Yeah.
But like you have to acknowledge at some point there's artifice to everything.
Yeah, whenever I look at this,
But I feel like he could have had. He should have just gone. The whole point the sun was still is so that he can have that secret, that gate puzzle, and the shadow puzzle.
Right.
But if he just got rid of those, then he could have this naturally consistent setup.
Well, you're saying that the rules of nature themselves aren't followed in favor of what makes the sun puzzle work.
Yeah. Sometimes they're followed, sometimes they're not, and that makes it harder when you approach new puzzles that require you to use elements of nature.
Because you don't know
which ones are.
So, for instance, if you were to do the sun puzzle, you wouldn't know right off the bat whether this was a sun that moves like the real sun does.
Right.
I understand that way of thinking. Although I would think that, like, after enough time in this game, you kind of realize that there's no day-night cycle.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Like, how are these plants grown then? It's like the game tries to provide answers to a lot of stuff, and then
I guess too many.
So this is actually where this is why I got stuck in the marsh area, because I didn't realize you can draw it back the other way.
Oh.
Like, to make this thing move back.
You didn't understand that it was a switch?
I didn't understand that it was a two-way switch. I thought I solved it, and it moved me, and I tried it, and I thought that by canceling it, it would move back, not by drawing it the other way.
Let's see, why
I'm
not?
not critiquing the perspective of why it's chosen.
Hey, was that a puzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just ignore it, it'll go away.
Critiquing from the perspective of why it's chosen that way versus why not something else. Oh.
As in, why does the sun stand still? I mean...
I don't know. I'm paying attention to the sun stuff. I don't know. I think the better part of this game is the panel puzzles in terms of I don't know. There's a lot of angles you can go at it from.
And yeah, we are critiquing the game.
I wrote a very long essay about the Witness on Destructoid. If you want to read it. You want to do these?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, see, the tree, yeah, but the thing is, Manifold Garden never requires you to take in rules from nature. I don't try to present a realistic world and ask you to use that in puzzle solving. Whereas the Witness does, and it just does it. It only does it halfway, which is frustrating.
Nope, that one. Dang it. I suddenly forgot how to do puzzles entirely. Oh well.
I don't remember how this one.
But yeah, like the sun standing still because it's part of a puzzle is not a good
big L,
explanation.
right up.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Right, more like
Oh, sticks.
Okay, meta DDB. Yeah, it's
there we go.
we have
No,
to spoil
go one more higher.
You're right.
Dang.
No, but it tries to. It presents it that way.
I think we're focusing too much about the represent. This stuff is more like.
But that matters, though, right? Because he has the query, and that's where the statues are made, or you would think.
Oh,
Like there was so much effort going to trying to present in the way, he hired architects to be like, okay, you can't use, in Lewis talk, they're like, you can't use bricks of this size because that would imply that there was a slave population, so you have to use bricks of another size, and the wood comes from the ship that crashed.
I feel
and
like
none of those turn out to matter.
like I feel like there was too much effort put into the art of this game, where it was just like, it's so much irrelevant detail. I mean, there's detailed logic to it, but it's just like, if you're gonna spend so much time architecting this space with a coherent narrative, then why is there no coherent explicit narrative? It's just like, yeah, you can follow the path of the play or whatever, but it's like,
I'm trying to remember how this one's done.
oh, I can. Right.
Yeah.
God, I hate these ones.
These are my favorite.
Really?
Yeah,
They're just tedious.
I disagree. I mean, I like them.
You know what you have to do now. You know what it is, right? It's like sometimes
you know, I know the
You
rule.
wanna do
Yeah, exactly. But then you're just
Yeah, but like, other than knowing the rule, I do like having a puzzle that requires me
You
to
wanna
think
do a-
hard to do it.
big, like a R.
Like an R?
Go left, down. Yeah.
Here we go. Right.
This,
Oh, right,
See, the thing
yeah.
is that what would help with the problem with these puzzles is that even if you know the rules, there's a mental technique that makes it a lot easier, which is rearranging the shapes in your head. And the game can never teach you that rearranging the shapes in your head is a very good intuitive way to do it. Sort of like rearranging shapes on a board.
maybe it's because I watched Lewis's talk about their environment design. That. I mean, that's the thing with playing these games is like, well, obviously they're all fake worlds, but you don't know if they're trying to strive for one that's realistic, and then your understanding of the real world is going to help or not.
Yeah, like, okay, so Garlando is saying, everything's inherently useless. Yeah, it is saying stuff like that, and there's also like voice logs that are saying like, oh yeah, we know stuff here is just for thinking about, but it feels to me like the game is using that as an easy way out, as to not having to take a stance on anything. As a game creator, like being so, it just feels kind of like lazy that they wouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an easy way out. I like this area a lot. I don't know. I like Tetris puzzles are fun.
I mean, to me, like, I'm in particular very much a fan of spatial modeling inside my head. That's something I enjoy doing, and I guess that's because I do a lot of level design. So modeling space is like something I do all the time. But if I recall, shape should be something like this. It's a bit hard to concentrate.
Here's something I don't like is
Yeah.
see that symbol there. I mean, obvious. Oh, so it's not obvious, but like, it feels a little ambiguous to me. The 2 and the 2. I'm not sure if that means it goes 2 and then a blank column then 2, or 2 and then 2 blank columns then 2. I mean, it ends up being 2 blank columns, but it's just like,
It looks like enough space to be 2 blank columns.
yeah. But sometimes it's kind of just hard to tell. I wish there would have been a more precise like visual vocabulary for that. I wasn't expecting them to say anything. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like there's like some weird guilt in the game about. It's.
Don't tell me.
Oh, okay. You can do it.
I'm working through it.
Fungus Dude says, I think that Sean is what Sean is referencing is that the game at its core is purely mechanical while pretending to be about something else.
The game admits that. The game says like, oh, it's not really about anything at all, and like the secret ending in the cave.
Oh.
But it's like, why do you need to do that? It's just kind of a weird.
Right, shit.
Chris did say, you can check the symbol if you're confused about whether it's 1 column or 2 columns that's inside to
It's
be
explicitly
blank.
not pretending.
You can just draw the shape.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't pretending because it admits that it's not pretending, but it just feels like such like a. To me, it feels like they spent so much money on visuals and stuff like that. Stuff that people often associate with having meaning, and then it feels like they just kind of just like throw that away. You were really close that one time.
No, that wasn't it. Gosh.
Empuzzlement.
It's the game Existentialist. Like... Shit, I don't have a philosopher here.
Well, it's all VR, so it
I
doesn't
don't read a lot
matter.
of philosophy. What do you mean by is it existentialist? Like it's... Let's use the brand.
Oh, right.
Huh, interesting. Alenik says, in one discussion, Jonathan Blow said it would be okay to use if statements instead of rule sets and systems if it makes sense in the player's mind. I think that's something that Jonathan would not do, right? He seems like if it came down to Alenik says that John said it would be okay to use if statements instead of rule sets if it makes sense in the player's mind.
What does that mean?
You know, like you know the key and the braid in braid. There was that one puzzle where it was actually really confusing with the key because the key doesn't travel back in time.
Oh yeah, I heard
But-
confused with that.
Right, but it actually was totally consistent with the rules.
Oh, I get it. That's two spaces, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay.
Oh, you thought it was one?
Yeah.
We were just talking about
Oh
that.
yeah, I was just talking about how that's like.
I wasn't listening to you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
I was trying
Okay.
to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that just demonstrates a problem with the visual vocabulary. So
Alright.
But Chris was saying you could have tested it. Like, you could have just drawn
oh yeah, that's
You know,
true.
I was testing it.
to
I
see
was
if it was
just-
one or two.
Well, I was testing one in a couple different
Oh, I
configurations.
see, yeah.
It's that I hadn't tried to yet, which may be what they're trying to teach you here, possibly. Because
I don't know. It's,
well, if you look at the one before this, there's the two bricks and then the one at a diagonal to kind of demonstrate non-standard shapes, and the one before that,
yeah, the
there's two
jump,
diagonal
the jump
shapes.
to the spacing is kind of like maybe we should put that on its own. I got an Eastern philosophy. There is a lot of almost Orientalist
Oh.
understanding of Japanese Zen underneath a lot of this game. That's kind of like weird, in that it's in this kind of like like Silicon Valley, technology-loving view of like.
Actually, if you go back to that
Yeah.
panel, there's actually, I just realized if you look at, because the top one has 3 blocks, right?
Mhm.
So you can kind of tell. I think that one has 3. I think they each have, the other 2 each have 3 to get you realizing that one square has space for 4 little squares.
When you say that, you mean
Because in this last one, you can see there's each of the other shapes have 3 in this final panel, right? They each have 3, and I think they're there to show you that one green square has room for 4. It has enough space for 4x4 yellow squares, so that when you see the 2, you see what I'm saying?
no, not quite.
Well, okay, so see, this is 3-piece, right? And
Yeah.
that's 3 and 3, and so that shows you that.
Oh, to compare against. So you're
yeah,
saying
like,
that
it shows you that,
visually,
yeah.
visually, I should be comparing that double space with the 3x3.
Which would be 2, or like the 3 by any of those 2 are. I think they're chosen to be 3 specifically to show you that a green space would allow for 4. Right, because they're in both of them. They have just enough room outside, and so this one is placed that they're touching the edge of the green square.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I see what you mean now. Like the space between those squares and the edge is smaller than this.
Yeah, right. So that's like.
To try. Well,
I
yeah.
think that's
It-
probably why he chose them as both. Like both of them have 3.
Oh, there is a space
On
in
each
it,
side.
right. It's just at this point they're kind of like combining a lot of stuff, and
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we're just trying to like skip around to areas, because
Oh yeah.
if it's a bunch
Well,
of
yeah,
I
we
know
don't-
there's rotation. Maybe we can do some of the rotation stuff.
What over here?
Oh yeah, the rotating.
Oh yeah. So that these say they can be in any orientation.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's backing me up quite far away. Right. This is where they threw a twist on this mechanic. Like once they drilled in you that spatially they could separate and come together. Now they're talking about ones that can rotate in direction, which is like a new tax on your brain. Because you have to visualize what shape and what orientation they can be. Which I have to do right now with my brain.
Let's see what.
Yeah.
David Kilmer says it's more of a Camus existentialist rather than Sartre existentialist.
Sartre.
Being in nothingness. I tried reading that once.
Hell is the witness.
Even now, like trying to listen to you guys and shape.
It's the alright. So there.
And this is what
People
this is
are
why
not liking that we were critiquing one line. We just got caught up, man.
Well, it's
Everything this game demands you to pay attention to everything. So I think it's worth critiquing.
It's worth talking about because visual vocabulary is an important thing in just game design in general. You know, that might be a small example, but it's sort of just a thing about how you can't assume too much about how people will read particular visual elements of your video game. I am not a puzzle designer. I am a level designer, but I don't make puzzles.
We're game designers.
Game designers, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about game designs. This one's just a rectangle.
Is it a rectangle?
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah?
No, it is.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So
it is.
yeah. So
yeah.
So those two, for
Yeah.
instance, interlock when they're one direction and another direction, and I mean that's what
Trick Man.
gaps
Well,
like
because
those
it just doesn't.
are
It
built.
only lets you draw the rectangle in one direction.
Right. I'm just saying, like, all in all, those gaps are existent to eliminate possibilities.
No, because Mo says we're talking a lot about a lot of not puzzle design, which is not true. I think, right? Because the thing with a puzzle game is it has to have some axioms, and we're talking about the way the game teaches you which axioms to use, and I have a problem with the way it's doing it.
It's getting hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I don't know.
and more eliminations of possibilities here as we, as it cuts off my ability to make choices. I've got to think harder about this. Let's see.
Oh, it's just on the one on the left. You turn it left and
Wait, this one is hard.
no.
So I can't do that one.
It's just the. Did I just do it or?
No.
Keep pointing vigorously. Maybe I'll get it.
It's just the. It's this.
But from that angle,
Yeah, you saw
no,
it.
it can't be.
No.
Like because if I come
No.
if I come this way,
No, it's not that. It's keep going to the right. Up, left.
oh
Oh.
yeah, all right then. So
I think that's the gist of this area, right?
We're not
Yeah.
saying that the intent is to teach axioms, but I'm saying that in puzzle design you have to have axioms that the player can go back to trust the world. Right? That's the problem with like point and click puzzles is you're like, well, you're sort of guessing, you're trying to like mind read the designer. But this game, what I'm saying is that the art and the design of it conflict with what they're asking you to do.
Yeah.
I think that conflict is relatively minor.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, like I understand that it's good to be digging deep into basically everything.
Yeah.
Because
I felt like the game was asking me to do that,
Well,
and then
yeah.
it was like, well,
And that's what
sometimes
I'm saying.
you do dig deep, sometimes you don't.
well, in which case, like when don't you dig deep?
Like with the sun, for example.
As in, you don't really think about the movement of the sun.
Well, you should have to, but that's how you do it.
But I'd have to go the other way because these shadows are blocking me from
Right.
completing it. So I'd have to start there as I'm moving the other direction. But I mean, there's an example of like
Where should we go next? Stream.
yeah.
What area of the witness? Someone pick. I'm not picking.
Oh, you know what's a good one? If no one picks, is the treehouse.
and I do love the treehouse.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that is a good one. Actually, there's that one part that Lexi thinks is done wrong. He thinks there's two puzzles in the treehouse sequence that he thinks should be reversed, but I think they're actually right.
All right, we'll take a look.
Keep. No, keep. Which one's a keep?
Keep. Someone said keep.
All right, we'll go to the keep.
What's the keep?
The castle.
there.
Oh, that one we need the
Only
the
for
headphones
only
for.
for one of them.
Yeah. We're gonna do the castle and then the treehouse.
One of my friends, when they were playing this, I kept talking about the castle and they had no idea what the hell I was talking about. Like, what do you mean there's a castle? Because they kept coming in from the wrong end.
Oh.
They kept coming in from the side and just being like, oh yeah, that place with the bushes.
I don't think we need to do all the puzzles here because
No.
especially the walking ones are kind of tedious, but we can talk about it.
Oh. Yeah, we've got
We got headphones.
Any meaning behind the people statues? Well,
So,
that's the thing. It's all VR, so it doesn't matter.
Meaning behind the VR statues.
I mean, things that happen in VR matter. I play VR all the time. It's great.
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't tell you anything about the world.
Well, yeah. So that is one of the.
Like, what do these statues need? Well, like some 3D modeler put them there.
So yeah, this is
Luis Antonio put it
the
there.
problem with the statues is like, you know, there's nothing really contextualized. I feel like I'm just grabbing at strands and.
Well, like, you could come up with a story for this. Like, oh, what are these people? What are they doing here? But that, like, has nothing to do with this puzzle, does it? Like,
Yeah.
and, you know, that's kind of, that is one place where the separation bothers me, is the separation between this world and story and the actual puzzles that are being developed. Because they're not, like, particularly entwined.
No.
Let's see if I...
So this is a good example of. I mean, I felt this was kind of hard to do, but this is a sort of environmental puzzle that I think is nice because it uses a mechanical device, not like some idea applied to nature, like looking through branches in the right fucking angle. This is so tedious.
Well, because really this is, oh crap, I did it wrong.
I fucked up.
Because this is a memory puzzle.
Yeah.
More so than
I
anything.
can draw these out. Treehouse is good. Do you have cookies? What is
Yeah,
that?
we
That
have
looks like cookies.
Mamoul.
What's that?
Ah, crap. I can't remember.
Date-filled cookies.
You're using cookies to prop up the...
just a cookie box.
I should have bought cookies.
Down and around.
I should have bought like some Oreos. So these puzzles, these are interesting environmentally because it's like observation. It was just kind of like
So,
tedious to execute.
I agree that they're a bit tedious. I disagree on the idea that they are like superior to things that involve nature. Because to me, I've always found giant mechanical devices that do things to be more,
Annoying.
well, not annoying, but like more arbitrary than like
Yeah.
trying to. Because one of my
Yeah, that's
favorites,
true.
one of my favorites is the puzzle where you have to look through the two jagged cliffs to see the solution. Just like, there.
That's an environmental puzzle?
No, it's like a cave that you need to open.
2 jagged cliffs.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Let's just go there if I'm going to talk about it. Because the thing about these is that they don't really evolve that much. You just kind of have to do more of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
The hedge puzzles are all just interesting twists on.
yeah, I like the
Things.
I like the hedge puzzles because they're kind of amusing one-offs. Like
Yeah.
each one has a rule. They're like a microcosm of the whole game. Like this one's rule is just go through the maze. The next one's rule is like don't step on the leaves. The next one's rule is follow the sound. And like you can complete the hedge once you understand the rule of the hedge. And that's the witness. That's all the puzzles. Understand the rule, complete the puzzle. And I understand like that's why some people are divided on like the Tetris puzzles because you can understand the rule of it and still find them to be like difficult to execute because they require a lot of spatial reasoning.
Yeah.
But as I said, I like spatial reasoning, and I also like puzzles that like stretch my imagination and are difficult. Because like then I can get more satisfaction out of solving them. Crud, I can't go in the back yet.
If you want
I can go around.
the treehouse.
Yeah, I'll go to the treehouse. I was just going to show William what I was talking about.
The cliff?
Yeah, it's in the temple.
Oh, I never solved the temple one.
You never solved the
The
temple?
Zen temple?
The Zen temple?
Yeah, I didn't know. I actually don't know what to do there.
Oh, yeah. So this is like the most environmental and perspective-based area.
I hate the temple.
You hate the temple because
Really,
of
I
that?
can figure it out. Well, it doesn't let you brute force it.
True. Which is part of the reason
Well, I
it's
guess you
kind of
could.
difficult. Well,
Which would just be annoying.
eventually. Some of these are... There's like too many possibilities to brute force it.
Oh yeah, let William play. Yeah.
Alright, here you go. Have fun.
Okay.
Do I need headphones for this?
No,
Okay.
this is all visual. So, I don't think the courtyard to the right is open yet.
Oh god, this is confusing.
So
So, right here it's trying to tell you what the main purpose of these puzzles is.
I didn't ask Chris. I'm not asking people to show me how they work.
Because, this right here is supposed to tell you something, having looked through that hole in order to grab that.
William already beat the game. Well, we don't just... Did we already spoil how this place works? Oh, we did.
No.
This place... I thought this place is really hard to figure out, though.
I think the final puzzle here is kind of unfair, but we'll get to that.
Do I even need to do this or anything?
Do you-
Oh, God.
I mean, need is a relative term, but
I think it opens the door behind me or something.
Okay, we'll just talk about how you... I like realizing things. That's why I read books.
There we go. It's
You
open.
realize a lot of things when you read books.
Oh wait, here we go.
Sorry, that's kind of jerk.
Am I supposed to use this shadow?
I don't know.
So I was like, okay, is that do I cover the ones that have green in them?
I mean, did you see what was happening behind you there?
Yeah, it opened.
Right, so why would it open?
You fucking serious?
It is. Did you realize something?
It's kind of like cauliflowers.
They do, don't they? Or brains, cauliflowers and brains.
This is bullshit.
Well, there's an easier way to do it, but it's really hard not to just try to spoil things, isn't it?
I think this is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
What makes you say so?
Ah!
Why are you yelling?
It's so stupid.
What? Come on.
Wood carving.
I don't. What the hell? I don't.
So, I mean, this is... I think one of the reasons this part is, I don't know, trouble is that it does kind of bring a measure of, mechanical correctness.
Yeah.
It's not just about learning, you also need to be precise, which is not
what
one
the
of
fuck?
Oh, did it not work?
Wait, there's... what's the reason again? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Oh, this was so confusing. It's actually... Now that I think about it in retrospect, it's actually related to the tree puzzles.
Okay.
With the branches and stuff.
Right, because this is about...
I want to do
But
it
it's
so
hard
it all
to-
fits.
It's hard to remember. It's hard to pull out that piece of knowledge. That...
Oh, is something here broken?
Yeah, I spoiled it, but it's basically I wanted to talk about it right here because we're looking at it.
So that should be.
Yeah, this is trying to get you to. Wait, how the fuck do you do it though? Once this thing was broken?
No, it's
There's only one path,
yeah.
right? Which is.
Oh, it's broken to the right.
Oh, do I do this? No.
Well, find out.
Hold on. So I can't. I think I did it this way before.
Yeah, that was wrong.
That's.
The resetting, it'll reset if you get it wrong.
Yeah. So I think it wants me to do it like this.
Well, hold on. How many?
No, that was the wrong way.
No, okay.
Did it reset the? No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. It's like dark now.
So.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, so the thing here is that I guess this is consistent with the broken branches idea, but the problem is that even though they're related mechanically, there's so much like there's a possibility for a very large temporal distance between doing those tree puzzles and doing these puzzles. So by the time you get here, you know, you might have forgotten completely about what the significance of snapped things are, and so you might not be looking for it. You know, and there's a lot of like digging for the answers that aren't necessarily there, and nope.
Nope.
Are you sure? Because it didn't work the other way either. Oh, I know what he's doing wrong.
What the fuck?
It's annoying, but
Okay, this area sucks. Next area.
what? I mean, I can.
Here is.
Oh god.
I mean, I don't. Now that I know it, I'm not like my mind isn't blown. It's more just I wasn't standing in the right place.
It isn't Jonathan Blown.
So what? Like how?
Okay, so there's a broken one here, and there's a broken one here.
Yeah,
So
you gotta follow the Y.
Oh, it's like this,
no.
Oh.
See, this one's broken. It's supposed to be going
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Show off more.
Yeah, like, can we just leave this area? I hate these puzzles. Sorry.
Oh, and then am I
Oh,
supposed?
wait, I guess we can look at.
I guess the last one I'm supposed to figure out.
Or should we show those?
Oh, so this is an easy one
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
it's just.
just do this one, and then it'll unlock some more puzzles in the area.
It's.
Oh no! Just look through the thing. I don't want you to do that.
Well, no, I can't because it's blocked.
Yeah, it's blocked.
You have to.
You have to think about it backwards.
Oh fuck!
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
The only way.
Okay.
That was right. I think that was right.
Left. Oh, yeah, there we go. That was done. Ta-dun. Ta-dun.
Nice. Okay, great.
Okay. Treehouse.
Oh, environmental puzzles. Here, let me
Oh,
show you.
yeah.
There's a few here. So here's some environmental puzzles.
Oh, the broken pieces are on the floor. Can we just go back and just look at where, go up? Like, he says Garland of Bloom says the broken pieces are on the floor.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which the problem is, those are like some very, very small details,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
there's a lot of clutter in this room as
Yeah,
well.
so there's a lot of stuff you can misinterpret as being relevant, and again, this is sort of like
It's also not in the light.
it's very difficult to use like visual information as clues in a visually like dense game because there's so many possibilities for red herrings. And even though, you know, looking at this now, it's like, oh duh, you know, it's just, you know, because I remember when I was in this area first, when I unlocked this puzzle, I had no idea what the hell to do. I was like looking on the fucking ceiling for the answer and stuff, and you know, of course, the answer is look through the fucking branches, you know, something like that.
Oh, great, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do this part, right?
Yeah,
So-
I didn't do this part. But yeah, I mean, I've seen that in other places, though. It's
Anyways,
done in a few.
Here's another one of these puzzles. I don't even really know how to do this one.
You have to be at exactly the right.
Yeah, so
Angle.
I'm not going to bother doing this, but this is sort of how these puzzles appear. There's also...
There was the cloud one.
Although I think you're supposed to light up the cloud.
Yeah, the cloud is going to require you to have 2 of the lasers done.
There's also one here.
Did you already do this one?
I did one of them, but...
He did one on the other
Oh,
side.
really?
Um,
Are there any red herrings in the witness, though?
red herrings in which lens?
So see, look, Garland of Bloom says the game is entirely about small details, which is why it was totally worth critiquing that one symbol.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when, like...
And so the detail here, then the sun not moving is a detail that you should notice.
For instance, okay, in that perspective puzzle, the detail was the broken bit that was supposed to lead you to the cliff. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm walking backwards to the boat.
And you are really,
I like
really
this,
jogging.
The statue looks so funny.
That right, like having noticed the small detail of the broken branch is the puzzle in that one, and so like if that's fair game, then
Yeah, I don't think they're red herrings. I think you're gonna make people sick.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, try not to do that. You're gonna make me sick. Okay.
This actually took me way too long to. I didn't even realize I could use. I figured I had to use the boat somehow. I don't know why it just never occurred to me until you told me about it.
Oh yeah, didn't I tell you it was a map? Yeah.
I mean, I knew. I thought I had to unlock it or something. Well, also, doesn't the boat doesn't make sense because there's like a million. It means there's a million boats or something.
No,
Every station has a boat.
it's like a submarine or something. Because if you look at the map, there's only one like block. There's only one marker for the start of the boat's position.
Oh, and then when you
So
do it,
if
it just pulls it. Dude,
Right, it
this
just
one.
moves.
Oh, I think you missed
You
it.
have to go the other way.
Oh, you have to go
Yeah.
the other way.
But this is another. I like calling them meta puzzles, but environmental puzzles. You gotta start here,
Yeah.
and then you gotta go down and go backwards. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it requires you to be moving at a kind of slow pace and like going the other way, but also that lovely area.
You can nitpick tiny details of puzzle panels, yes, but the fact that it has those environmental puzzles in the game doesn't completely.
Well, it doesn't fall apart.
No, it
because
is.
you
It is impressive. I don't. That's not something I disagree with.
It doesn't fall apart because you only have to finish 7 out of 11 areas.
Right. So if there are parts that are like really getting in your way, you can just kind of ignore them.
That's pretty good design, though. I think.
I think so. Like it's kind of fair. Like
That tree.
if you want to like just get to the end, like it lets you.
I mean, should clarify that we are all fans of the game here,
Right.
And
Like
fans of John's work. We're only talking about this game because we like it. I think there's a lot worth discussing. This is not a hate on the witness session.
No, I mean, I was entranced by this game when it came out, and I played it to completion, and I mean, like, I did
The
all
woman on the
research, I
rocks
got all the
represents
secrets.
somebody's distant mom.
What?
Nothing. I said the woman on somebody's distant mother. Okay, these puzzles. Oh my god. Oh, I don't even actually remember how they. Oh, you have to separate them. Right.
No,
No.
you group them.
Oh, you.
They're doubles. Did you solve this part?
Yeah, I did. I just don't remember. I haven't played in like a month and 2 months.
It's they have to come in pairs.
Don't get on him about
So I
it.
remember being confused by this first. I don't know. I wonder if I can pinpoint my confusion point.
I probably am the one that played this the most recently.
So this is the same idea, right? So if you separate them, it doesn't work. I think at this point, I was still maybe thinking that you needed like even and odd numbers in places, and this thing still could support that theory.
This one, I would say Starburst is one of the most interesting places as far as like a progression of panels because it's one of the more complicated rules. So like, whenever I talk to people about this area, each of them had a different concept of how this worked. Before they figured it out.
Yeah, I do really like that it has the solving the panels sort of open up the path. I like that I thought was very cool.
I like the physicality of it because anytime.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
I was just saying that this is a good puzzle for testing ideas.
Right.
For testing, so this game has you making conjectures and like I guess theorems about, which is kind of an interesting mathy thing that it does. So this is just showing you. So up to here, you might have been like, oh well, maybe you just need an even number of things, and this disproves that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the camera was shaking because the train.
Right,
Was,
and then this would. William lives right near the freaking metro.
I don't even notice it anymore.
Oh yeah, I used to live right next to the CTA, and I didn't notice it after a while.
Zuhn actually says really like the environmental puzzles in principle, but in practice, they made me lose motivation to finish the game properly because they were mostly pixel hunting.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, I never got all of them because at some point I was just like, well, I could get them, but they're, like, obscure. They're often somewhere. Like,
What happens if you get all of them?
I don't know. I didn't get them all. But what I'm saying is, like, okay, so where the panels kind of create a sense of clarity and a definite sense that you can complete something, like the environmental puzzles are kind of the opposite. They're mysterious, they're obscure, they're everywhere.
But don't they have there's the monoliths that show you...
Yeah, and that's like a way to help, but it doesn't tell you where they are.
Yeah, no, they point in the general direction.
Yeah, okay, the general direction, great. But, like, I'm just saying that the process of finding them is not as much fun to
So
me.
what if you had, like, these... maybe it'd be probably too obvious. Like, I was thinking a patch on the ground that you would be like, you could stand on, and you know somewhere, if you looked while standing here,
I mean,
you'd find one of those.
that would be helpful for me, but at the same time, I don't know that I'm, like, the best person for those puzzles. Like, there's something about them that I think, like, asks for someone to be...
The panel that Lexi thinks is backwards is coming up. So
Okay.
go on.
I feel like in some ways, I'm just not the audience for them. You know what I mean? For the environment puzzles.
Why not?
Because those seem like the kind of thing that a completionist is interested in.
Right.
Which
Right.
way is the backwards puzzle? Because this splits up. This area splits up.
I think you have to do both of them actually. It's the one where it starts to show the new rule that you have to
The colors or
Right.
the colors where it combines it with the black and white.
oh
That's where it is, and I think you have to do all of them.
no, up here is a different thing.
Yeah, I do think that
This way?
this rule is pretty abstract because it's so very specific. You need two of them of the same color, but also extends to the like secondary part of the rule where it could be anything of that color,
Oh.
right? So there's like a lot of specifics to this rule, and it takes a lot of time to like iron out what those are throughout this whole region.
Is it upstairs?
Oh, so Fungus Dude brings up a good point. Well, that the star symbol, it really could be anything, right? The symbol of the star, but I guess that applies to everything else.
Right. I mean, I'm not sure how many of them. Oh boy.
Fuck me.
I'm not sure how many of them are related to, like the function that they have. Like, I don't know that anything about like the triangle.
Yeah, the cancellation one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry, what would you call that?
I just call it
a
the
tripod.
cancellation. Yeah,
Yeah, like
it doesn't mean anything.
There's something about that symbol that says to me,
Oh, the star symbol is made of two squares.
ah.
Oh, that's actually
Think about
a
that.
good point.
But
Good
I
point,
mean, I didn't
Andrew.
really notice that.
How would anyone realize that?
Well,
It-
someone
it's
realized
actually-
it.
Someone realized it.
Kind
Yeah.
of. It's not. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. Is it? I can't.
But yeah, it's like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
square and
When
one
it's
square on the side.
rotated, that's
But
But they don't really use squares else.
I did have a problem with this one because it was kind of hard to see,
just in terms of lighting.
just in terms of lighting. But then when you draw it, it highlights. So maybe
Yeah.
it's good enough.
So these are just like, as far as I'm concerned, like challenges because
Yeah.
they're not stretching your understanding of the rule particularly. They're mostly just like,
Is there a brightness setting in?
I thought there was
Go back.
like a contrast.
Oh, did you turn off the reticle?
I guess so.
Oh, I've never seen that. Oh, I guess this was in the PS4 version I played.
What?
The red one. Oh man, it's really hard to see the black. Oh, it's fine if I get closer.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think the PS4 version had the reticle either.
Chiseling off. Would you say the tripod
tripod?
looks like the? Well,
I
yeah.
don't think it looks like a chisel.
I mean, I understand. I guess he's saying that it's themed to the area.
No, but how does a tripod mean chiseling off?
But I mean, I understand that, like, the concept of removing the puzzles fits with the quarry area.
Right.
I'm granted that the symbol itself doesn't particularly make me think of a quarry or a chisel, but...
Yeah.
Oh, the reticle is new. Yeah, that
Oh,
was
new?
that was a patch.
Okay.
Some people had motion
The
sickness.
colors aren't,
Yeah.
aren't until there, so we just have to get past this.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're learning more about the particulars of this rule and, like, specifically what doesn't
Right.
break it.
Actually, I think it's around. No. It's when it's just black and white.
Basically,
When
what
is
this
that
is telling you is that these two rules don't influence each other outside of just whatever.
Wait, they're orthogonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in, like, you can... As long as you observe both rules at once, like, they don't care about each other. Or at least, like... Ah, right, here's a twist on that.
Oh man, yeah, and they.
Oh wait, did you have to separate the white?
I'm look at it.
Wait,
So you
You
just
know, the rule it's telling you here is that the color of the starburst doesn't interact with the exclusion principle of black and white squares, or
Okay.
colored squares.
yeah, which is confusing,
No.
but
It is confusing, which is why this is one of the harder rules.
OFX 360 says the symbols aren't supposed to mean anything. They're supposed to be mostly contextless, so you don't bring in outside influences that would harm your ability to solve puzzles.
yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, that's reasonable, but I do think some of them are, like, a bit more helpful towards what... Like, for instance, the circles within the sections of the lines are the kind of symbol that, like, their positioning, like, indicates what they're for. Like, at the cross-sections.
They have to be at the cross section.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that position kind of helps. And, like, the Tetris blocks are very literal in a relation between, like, their rule and
Oh, I
what
see.
they
yeah,
look like,
yeah.
right? I'm just saying that there are some symbols that have more literal visual application.
I think the position ones are easier
True.
because these ones are more about how you separate the blocks, and that becomes harder to make it.
Right,
They're not as literal.
because the rule is abstract, what picture would you even use to represent it?
Right.
Like, unless you wanted to make it a number, but why would you do that? And I know that, like, one of the reasons to make a symbol abstract is to avoid connecting it to any particular, like, language or...
Yeah.
Is that your puzzle noise?
Yeah. Oh,
No.
fuck. Oh. Ah.
You... Wait, what?
Got
Oh,
it.
right, yeah.
Whoa.
I got the pairing. So this is the sequence that
That's where they introduced.
Lexi was talking about. So,
Yes, this is
yeah,
definitely...
we will.
Tell us where the confusing puzzle is.
Okay.
So now
Oh wait, no,
you-
the colors do matter. Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
When
But
they,
only once they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait.
So
yeah.
you split it. No, wait, no. Yeah. Do what you need to do.
Colors count as. Oh yeah, this is kind of hurt your head.
Wait, go through in the middle. You can't do that, right?
No, he couldn't.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he tried. Yeah, so like these... This
No,
is
no.
like,
I mean, if you include all the whites in one line, in one side, like if you didn't go all the way to the
Yeah,
right.
that's what he tried.
no, you think the first
what
time
do
you
you
just you go straight from the middle, right, to like left. No.
First time I tried doing this. Wait. Oh no. I tried doing
You went straight up.
this because I forgot
Oh yeah.
that.
Does that
yeah.
not work? That okay? Yeah.
Because the colors
Right.
add on, so that tells you.
Try going straight through. I mean, that won't work, but... Right, okay.
So what's confusing about this is that what was hard is that it's the previous part you weren't really worrying about the colors, but now they matter. You weren't worrying about the colors in any like new way, I guess.
Right. I mean, it was showing you what happens when those two rules don't relate to each other, and now it's showing you what happens when they do.
Yeah. Anyways, all doesn't matter. I already saw that. Okay. And this is just
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
reinforces,
yeah.
like, if they're not the same color, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And this is a rule. I think the reason why it's confusing is that this is a rule that the stars impose, not a rule that the squares impose.
Yeah.
So the squares don't care about the stars, but the stars care about the squares.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's hard to wrap your mind around.
If you write, what helps is if you write out it as a rule.
I think this is the one. This is the one where I was stuck on. Yeah. Yeah. So this I was stuck on this, and Lexi thinks this panel, the one after it, should come before. I think if this is
It should be fine to just cut one out and then.
no, because then you break the.
Oh, right.
You break the
Right.
separation line.
Right, because the white and the black are together.
Oh, I know how to solve this one.
Yeah.
Right, so he thinks this one should. He thinks this one and the one we just saw should be reversed, but I think
Like this one and this one?
yeah, because this one teaches you, right? But I think it actually then, I think he thinks they're reversed because this one teaches you, but I think it's correct because what it does is the easy one confirms your suspicion.
That
you have to figure out the rule.
that the twos only, the color needing to be 2 only matters when there's
Yeah,
But
and then this one is like, okay, that was correct.
But I don't see any reason to confirm it. I mean, he doesn't really do that in other places, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't get as many situations where the rule.
So he
tries
thinks
to-
like this one. So Lexi thinks. So if we just kind of continue, he thinks that. Do you think that one should have done? It should have been done first. This one you just did. Sean, cancel out. Like,
Yeah,
right, if this one was presented first,
I think that would have been more helpful for me.
but it wouldn't have been as interesting of a puzzle, right? Because
I-
it would
I
have told
disagree.
you exactly what you had to do.
Yeah, but isn't that the point? Is
Yeah.
like normally you know or you're trying to learn the rule, but like without a lot of like basis for the rule, like you're just kind of stumbling around.
So you guys think it should have been reversed?
I think so.
I would have liked it more. It's
Interesting.
more consistent with...
Which does make me wonder why he put it that way, because like that one isn't a puzzle, right?
Because see,
It's
that one
just
I
easy.
thought if he had put it like if we go back, because I was stuck on this for 3 hours and it wasn't
3
fun.
hours.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right, but if I had done this first, I would have just been like, oh, okay, next. Whereas this one, I had like a,
But I mean,
oh, but what if? Aha.
but,
And I'm like,
but is it particularly valuable to you to be stuck for 3 hours?
no.
Well, then shouldn't it have been
So
reversed?
it probably should have been reversed, but I'm wondering if. But I feel like John was probably like, I want people to get stuck
Well, I
and
don't.
stop and think.
I don't know, because like it still requires thought. It's not like it's not a puzzle just because you've learned more.
I guess this one feels like it's telling you. If he had put this one first, he would have told you the rule, and this one required you to discover the rule.
But there's loads of places where he's telling you the rule. Like that's like the
Yeah.
point of the early panels is to tell you the rule, right? But I mean, never in explicit words. But
Right.
I'm just saying, why now? Why now
I see,
make it hard
yeah.
to learn the rule when in other places the rules were kind of handed to you?
Interesting.
And is there something about this that made it the place to reverse them? I mean, can you think of? Especially this, one of the most complicated rules.
No, in that case, it might actually have been.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, like this one. This one could be real rough if you hadn't really gone through like the multicolor square thing yet. Like the
Oh, right. Yeah.
greenhouse, which is all about like multicolor squares.
Although you can
otherwise-
probably figure it out because if you learn, you have to separate the black and the white pieces. So you
True,
would
but I'm
probably-
just saying this would be a rough place to learn about like many different color separation.
Right.
Granted, it's only like a small extension to the rule, but it's still like it's still difficult. Nice. Okay.
Oh,
Right. You've got to play with the
Anyway,
timer.
that's like I think that is pretty much the idea of Treehouse, right? Like,
Yeah.
Other things are just combinations of with Tetris.
Although the timing one I thought was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So
Because you realize if you want to do it the way you think you want to do it initially, it's not
Yeah, you
physically
can't.
possible.
Oh yeah,
You can't
the
run
meta
up with
puzzle
it.
of this area is kind of neat.
Oh,
yeah.
there
So
is?
something.
Well, no, it's by meta I mean like remember how you have to reposition the things.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, the
I
meta
kinda-
puzzle, not the environmental.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what I like those a lot. Like each themed area kind of has one like over puzzle that like encapsulates the entire region. You know what I mean? Like the castle. The castle
Yeah.
is the part where you look down into the courtyards. Like the
Should I just make the shortcut to get us out of here?
Sure.
Sure,
Okay.
it shouldn't take
Jump
too
off.
long. Yeah, if only.
Where do we go
That would
next?
be the easy way.
What's the next area?
What's the next area? One that I. Yeah, stream. Tell us where to go after the treehouse.
Yeah, science. Yeah, the scientific method.
Oh wait, right.
It's
Doesn't
like-
matter. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you only gotta pair them.
Right, so this is teaching another aspect of the rule, which is that the double pair isn't about
I think
the symbol,
Actually,
it's
yeah.
about the colors.
this area is hard because when you write the axioms on paper or whatever, it's a little more complicated. I mean, they're still not that
Oh,
complicated.
the color greenhouse. We should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, that was the one I got
that's a
stuck
good
on.
one. I like that one.
Yeah, I love that area. That was one where I had the feelings about like, oh, the interaction of the real world and
Yeah.
where the way that colors work in that game made me mad.
We
but-
will. Let's do. Should we do the shadow or greenhouse first?
I mean, Shadow would be easier, but
I think we'll do both of them. The windmill. We'll come back to that later.
the windmill?
Yeah, that's just for the movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have any of the movie symbols on us, but
Oh, fuck this. Let's just take the boat.
You can't jump off.
no, you
Well,
can't
the
jump
boat
off.
goes straight to the
Oh, yeah,
the
let's just
color
take
area.
the boat.
Do you want to go to the color area?
Yeah, let's do the color area. We'll do the. Can we do the environmental puzzle on the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you could run even faster. in
Are
this
you
game.
running?
I
Yeah.
always run. I can't stand the walking speed.
Wait, it should be right there.
No, that's the swamp.
No,
No, that's a song.
oh, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay.
Oh, right. That's a Tetris.
Oh, I see. Garrett really liked the.
The first time I saw one of the movies, I actually laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just such a contrast, like with the art style, this low
Oh,
poly,
is
and
it
then all of a
just
sudden
watching?
you have full motion video, which I hadn't seen since Mist. Like, I was like, is
I
he
mean, it is-
serious?
It is very missed to have those videos appear. The first one I got was the scene of the man carrying the candle,
I see. I didn't. My first one was just the first video.
which is interesting because like that video doesn't fit with the others because the rest are all like lectures,
Yeah.
and that one's just like a scene from a movie.
Oh.
That's random content was Tarkovsky film.
Oh, it's a Tarkovsky film?
Yeah.
Which one? Stalker?
Nostalgia.
Oh.
Stalker is a good movie.
Solve it.
All right, you
I'm
can
on
do it.
max speed. Of course, I think it's fine. You just gotta hold them.
Right, as long as you're quick enough. Watch out,
Wait, really?
you can get cut off if you're not
Do
careful.
it.
It ends there, right?
No,
No, it goes
all
up.
the way to the top of the building.
Okay.
Yeah. I do love the feeling of solving those
Boom.
because it gives that big boom sound and the laser light show flies into the air into the obelisk and
Amber Thorne says the Tarkovsky clip is about persistence.
yes.
Persistence and what? Oh, you mean like determination? Oh yeah, I didn't watch that one, but Isn't it like he's trying to like walk across the water or something?
Yeah, he's trying to get from one end of the church to the other while letting the candle stay lit the whole way.
I saw the first one, which you get from the room that's near the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I brute forced the second one. I was just there, and I was like, okay, there's more movies, and I noticed that brute forcing it didn't cancel. I actually thought this was one of my favorite sequences.
I like how I feel like this story is just telling you, like, oh, the inside of this is going to interact with the square mechanic.
Wait, go back? What are you saying with the door?
The door, I feel like the point of this door puzzle is just to let you know that this area is going to be using the square mechanic.
Oh, yeah.
How's it? I can't remember.
I mean, it does, right? Because it's about
yeah,
the
it's
colors.
like very much
yeah.
about...
That's good design.
Yeah. I like that...
Although, to be fair, though, there are other doors that use the square as a block.
Just as a block.
Which, and they don't have anything to do with them, so...
True.
This one just happens.
Well...
Right, so because of that, you can't be like...
Good design on accident, then. Alright, so this is to...
Oh man, so David Kilmer, he was paranoid in this area because he's colorblind.
Yeah, this area is rough.
It's rough even if you're not colorblind.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to do the science in the end to figure that.
Like, because the reason it got me frustrated is because it came closer to the edge of being about implementation over puzzle solving.
Mm-hmm.
Although my big breakthrough came like in the middle of work, which was really funny. Dang.
Hey, Electron Dancer, did you?
Huh?
What did they say? Oh, these respeed or
What's that?
Electron Dance?
Oh yeah, he just said he's watching, I think. Hello, Electron Dance.
Hey, are you here? What's up? I don't remember your
Saw your tweet, Joel.
your first name. Oh yeah, Joel.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What's up?
Dang, I'm really flawed.
Electron Dance. It's a good blog
Ah, here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
or essay, not blog. Just like
Website?
Good essay writer website.
Game critique.
You should read Electron Dance.
No, I don't get it.
That's my plug for you. I'm too lazy to do these puzzles.
Well, we'll get to the part where the glass is needed.
We're almost there.
And they get fucking annoying. I don't want to do the last puzzle. I had to draw that one out. Oh, it got sunny. When did you guys eat lunch?
Just now with you?
With the pizza.
Oh wait, that's right.
The pizza was...
I don't know.
Just...
For some reason, I wanted to like go to.
There's more pizza.
Dang it. This one's
Okay.
complicated.
Just...
Nope.
I don't want to solve these puzzles. Pickle list.
Nope.
You might
What
also
is my
want to
mistake on
follow
this
Robin.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's actually
futility,
a Heineke.
I
determination.
used to pronounce it Heineke.
Oh, Heineke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her. Well, like I know of her, but you know.
Yeah. Garland Bloom saw it as the futility of how most people live their lives in constant pursuit of something until they die. Such as the IGF.
Here we go.
I'm in pursuit of the IGF, and when I win the IGF, I'm going to go up there.
I guess
And then you'll
Electron
die.
Dance is watching. He just doesn't have a
My
chat
pocket
room
is
signed
buzzing.
in. So-
Well, not yet. Sign up
Um,
for Twitch.
Yeah. So, alright. Can we get to the
I'm working on it.
glass? Is yet.
Is that working on
The
it?
color puzzle in the town requires you to solve a different puzzle first.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just give us the solution in the chat?
But
Once you go through the glass door, I was sitting there for like an hour. Oh yeah. I actually was playing this. When I was playing this part, I was on stream and someone just helped me.
Oh, well, that's
Hey, it's Carpet. Hey, someone from my social network is here. Woo!
Hey, 03M. What's up?
Jinx. I've never seen you. I haven't seen them.
Oh,
Yeah, that ain't right. Okay.
Wait, are you guessing or are you actually...
No, I'm just doing this badly. As I said, it's hard
Okay.
for me to talk and also solve these, but
Because some of the color ones you can.
Yeah,
sort
this
of
one's
guess.
just a straightforward make sure to divide them thing. I'm just trying to.
Because you can divide it amongst itself, right? Like you don't have to have all the beige ones don't have to be together.
No, they don't have to be together. But like, I'm just trying to remember how you separate these correctly.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Maybe if I go, yeah.
Oh
here we
yeah,
go.
that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I feel bad, like I'm wasting everyone's time.
Okay, so this is I'd like to just kind of we can talk
Right,
about
so
the
here it
design of
is.
this.
So this one you can basically do on accident, which I did. Like my first time hitting this color puzzle, I messed with it until I got it right.
Oh, by accident?
Yeah, I kept doing it brute force over and over.
Yeah.
And because like you can try to. It's like, oh well, maybe red and pink are the same.
Oh, I see.
Like, oh, maybe I could do this, like,
Yeah.
something like this, and that works. See, because I'm like, oh,
right, you're like, okay, I see what
right.
you're thinking.
But then I was stuck here forever. Like this is the one puzzle I was the most stuck
See,
on.
this one I knew right away because if I can just kind of walk through this design from you, is because he has you looking at them through this first.
Yeah,
for the longest time.
That's true.
I
but
forgot
didn't
about
notice it.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, I didn't even.
Huh.
I didn't look through it. I just kind of like walked through the door into the puzzle. You can't solve it.
Oh, you know, see, this is why I know it because I was trying to solve them without going through the door,
and you couldn't.
and I couldn't.
But then when you went through, you noticed they were
Right.
different.
But I noticed that they look different.
So in my
Yeah.
case, I was just stuck on this one forever, and like I don't know why, but at work, like someone was talking about doing some art, and they mentioned color theory, and I went, "It's color theory!" I yelled it to everyone, and then and then like in the
At the
middle of
office?
work, I opened the witness to test it.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh!" Because I thought to myself, "Why are these windows tinted?"
Oh wait, you mean you solved it when you were not playing the game?
No,
Yeah.
well, as in I thought about the reason.
Wow, it's actually interesting. Like,
Yeah.
you were remembering the entire room,
Yeah,
not
no,
just the panel.
I wasn't thinking about.
Oh, interesting.
I was thinking like, okay, the reason the windows are tinted and the reason this puzzle doesn't seem solvable is because of color theory. So then I tried coming through and looking through the window to get the solution. But yeah, so like, but I was kind of stuck on that like a nightmare for a while until I thought to look through the window. But it also gave me the biggest high, like
Yeah.
in this entire game.
But I really like actually this sequence
Mhm.
of the way it makes you do stuff. Actually, 03am says, never noticed the glass. I had my epiphany in town with the other look-through window. Right.
Okay. Like during the like there's you look through one window into the church door
Yeah.
and using the same mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only understood that one like because I came here and did it.
Yeah.
Okay, now to actually implement it.
I think the black and blue are the same, and pink and...
Yeah, I know which ones go together. I'm just trying to remember the actual steps.
Oh, have you been to the Museum of Science and Industry?
Yeah.
Did you see that room where you can? It's got like a bunch of color blocks with the colors written on it, red, black, and then you can change the light in the room.
Oh no, that's
I thought-
new. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
there since I.
I thought that's where John. It was just this.
Wow, neat. Yeah, Museum of Science and Industry is super cool. It's always got crazy junk in it. All right.
Okay, everyone is talking about the puzzles. Oh no! Does this one require you? Is it not? Do you have to look through? Is
No,
it yellow or blue window?
This one is just yellow. Oh no,
this one
you're
might
right.
be
You're right.
good, Yeah.
So this one I think might be the one that I need to look through blue to solve.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that just kind of came to me after I looked at the other ones and went, oh yeah, okay. There's other
Yeah.
colored windows.
Right.
Okay, what do I actually have to do? Are you sure? Dang it.
Oh, it's just like
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's
okay,
like-
that's straightforward.
Yeah,
I just gotta go. Like that.
yeah.
Okay, and
So
then
this one
then
was
this one
super
is-
obvious,
Right, because
for
once
me,
you
yeah.
understood, like that yellow was the first, and
Yeah,
blue
blue.
was the second. The final one, it's like, oh well, you know, it could be yellow, it could be blue, or you know, because I think the clue was getting it down to just 3 colors. Because like this one, while it's 5 colors, is 6 colors is unsolvable, and it's still unsolvable as 4.
yeah.
But it's solvable once it's down to 3 colors, and the same is true for this one over here. Like this is
Oh,
too many.
right. See,
This is
the
too
only
many. Now it's down to a solvable number.
that was totally not what I was thinking. I knew that it had to be. I think having the second panel requiring blue is a really smart one because it gets you thinking that you have to look at them in separate, looking at it through separate glass.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's just because like if there's yellow and there's blue, you learn in kindergarten that like you're gonna get green. So
Sure.
you know it's already
This room's pretty neat.
Oh, hey, Electron Dance is in the chat now. During one color puzzle in the village, maybe, I tried reverse engineering the colors under colored lighting. That was a bad idea. Yeah.
I tried to do something similar with the puzzles that are coming up, where I kept like opening Google spreadsheets of color
Oh,
wheels.
so you have
Oh, I
the-
did that.
Right.
Like under pink light.
Right. I was
These
like,
are
okay,
people.
what is it? I was overthinking it by a lot, but
Yeah.
The idea is that certain pigments absorb and reflect certain colors, and that's what you have to use.
Right.
So I actually really like the elevator sequence then.
right, which I consider like the over puzzle of this area.
Right. Because it required you to look, by having the windows into the upper levels, to require you to predict what the colors.
Yeah, what they
Going to
would be.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason that it drove me mad is that I was so caught up trying to get the correct color that I basically was ignoring the solution that I had in front of me.
Oh, right.
Right, like, I'll get to it in a second since we're almost there.
This I thought was cool.
Yeah, this is a cool room.
Yeah.
Real neat implementation since it's like a setup for the next one where they're like, okay, it's not just tinted windows that do it. Like the
Right.
color of the room matters too. It's like a
Yeah. Well, the light.
yes, the light. As in, this is about additive color for sure. Which was part of the reason I struggled is like I kept having trouble with like whether it was additive or whether it was subtractive. So like, you know.
Right, so this, right?
Right.
So here it's obvious.
You know, this is interesting because this is actually the same as the one of the puzzle panels in the first room.
Yeah.
Like it's the same shape and the
Oh.
same layout.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I was noticing that as I walked in. Like this is the same as I mean I could show you, but maybe it's a
We'll
waste
go
of
back
time.
later. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold
that
on,
we
let
will.
me just. Well, don't we have to walk? Don't we have to walk out of here?
We'll be going out through the top.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Never
Well,
mind
it doesn't matter. Just believe me. So yeah, you know.
What is this? Is that portobello mushroom?
I don't know.
I believe so.
I don't like
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
fine.
didn't. I wasn't crazy about that.
I love mushrooms. Give it to me. I'll
Okay.
eat it.
Okay, so in this one, you draw the color to the floor that you want.
Right. And at first you just solve it normally. You go, okay, like under this lighting, it looks like this.
Right.
And you watch as the colors change based on like which floor you're on. And of course, like
Then you get the one floor that's missing, and you have to figure out how
Right,
to get
and-
to the floor above, right?
and now you've got to predict. So you use the information you're given, like, okay, so in green and blue light, here's what looks like what.
Right, so you have to figure out what figure out what it's going to look like in green.
Right. And because of course solving it normally, if I can solve it normally, like solving it normally just like produces no result because green's broken. So you need to predict, like, in intense green light, what will it look like? But that's not even true. You don't have to do that step at all. And that's the part where I went too far.
Wait, so we don't want to solve it for green light. We want to solve it for the floor above.
Right. What we really want to do is find out what color groups these are under white light.
Oh, is that how do you know that the floor above the green
Yeah,
is
that's
white?
how you get to the top.
No, how do you know
That it's white. That the floor above the green light. How do you know
Because
that
it's
the next one-
outside.
It's
Oh,
outside. Wait, how can you
I
tell
never-
it's outside? Can you?
I mean, that's how I
because
solved
I-
it.
There's
because-
only one more floor.
If you approach this building from the outside, you can see there's an elevator up there.
You can
So
see that
when
it's
I-
green and then
Yeah,
Oh.
when I came across this building, I went up to the top of it and I saw like, oh, there's an elevator that comes out here and there's green underneath it. So I knew that green was the last floor and that the outside was white.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to reverse engineer it.
Well,
Oh,
I
no,
did
no,
too.
see, oh, so that the thing, see, I just knew, I think I guessed that it was going to be white, and then I just, because
Well, yeah,
you know why, no, you know why I thought it was white?
Yeah.
Because it didn't change the color.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the base idea is like, what do these look like under normal conditions?
But no, but doesn't that show that there's 2 floors?
Yeah. Well, this is like under white light. What you hit, it gets you all the way up here.
Oh, I see.
Right. So like if I can remember it, oh boy. Because all you need to do is imagine the how many different color groupings there are and separate them that way.
Right, so you know that there's going to be 4.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think they're.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Gosh, I'm probably doing it wrong. Actually, wait. Oh, right. So the amusing part is that it is the same solution as the puzzle downstairs.
Oh.
Right. See, this is that same.
No,
puzzle.
but see, okay, can you turn around so that we can look at
Yeah.
the floor as we're... So see, this is green,
Yeah,
and this is the one that's broken.
but we're going all the way up. Is the point? And so right. So
No, so then this is outside.
Yeah, where we're hit with natural light.
Wait, did we skip a floor?
Yeah, we skipped green.
There's no in between floor because it's just the blend of blue.
No,
and green
you
light.
see how... Okay, what I mean is like...
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're taking it too high
Yeah,
up.
so if you predicted green, you would go just to that, into the white floor, and then you could just solve it like this. I'm saying that I skipped that step
Oh,
and
yeah.
just solved it like this. Because I realized that solving green would just take me to white light, so I really just needed to predict what white light looked like.
Right.
So, you just skip a step, and now you're all the way at the
That's
top.
right.
Which, yeah, granted, you could try to solve it as green, but I thought that was really annoying, so I didn't.
I think I might have done it that way, actually. I think I did it that way, and then...
But yeah, I just think it's really, really funny that this is just the same solution as
Right,
before,
actually, now that
Kinda good.
that's actually pretty funny.
right? Like you do all this work, all this crazy work
Yeah.
to like figure it out, and it's just the same puzzle. Oh, you scamp, Jonathan Blow.
There's a secret on the broken floor.
Yeah, like if you jump out onto green
Right.
and like look out, there's an environmental puzzle.
Oh,
Funny, eh? Of course, I can't jump down, but whatever.
Well, you can just solve it. You can just break it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I could solve it badly and go down to the bottom floor or something. But I could also just jump out any old time.
see, why would you come to here?
Because if you solved green, you'd come down here.
But how do you get to green then?
You'd have to predict what green looks like.
Right. No, that's what I mean. But so it takes you to the floor above.
See?
No, but I mean when you solve. No, okay.
Yes. Walk me through it.
When you solve the green panel, you go to the green floor,
Right.
or the floor above.
You go to this place.
This is white though.
Yeah.
So,
if you
there's 2 floors needing the white solution then.
No. If you solve green,
Yeah.
you come up to here, to this where I'm standing now. And then you would see it in white. And if you solved it in white, you would go up
Why
there.
would you not be on the green floor?
Because the green floor is broken. You could the solution I showed you. Like if you try to do the solution that brings you to the green floor, it just doesn't.
Well, the lighting at one floor.
No.
Yes.
The lighting at one floor gives you the solution to the next floor. It gives you the solution for the.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. When you're solving green, you're on the green floor, which would take you to that.
Which
But
would
the
take
white
you
floor,
here.
that's right.
Yes.
That's okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was you solve the blue floor, you solve the blue light, that takes you to the green floor, but you don't because it's broken.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. No. So I did it. I did not go for white right away. I solved it for green. So I did not guess the floor above. So you took it actually one step
Yeah.
further.
I basically skipped
Yeah.
green entirely.
Yeah.
And it made more sense to me to do that because someone pointed out in the comments what you're really thinking about is the color groupings, like how many colors they are, because you can find that out by if you just go like if you switch between a bunch of floors, you look at which colors are changing and
Right.
which aren't,
Yeah.
and you just note down what that like. Oh, here they are by group, and you could solve it that way.
Right.
Um,
Let's go to shadows.
Shadows.
I think
love the
that's a
area.
really good sequence.
It's nice because it kind of doesn't require any other parts of the game. It's like a good early level.
Yeah.
Because, like, this one's pretty involved. Starburst is, like, super late game. But, like, Shadows is just kind of nice.
The cyan floor is broken. The green floor, yeah.
Right. It's not blue, it's cyan that's broken. Because it's the mixture of blue and green.
Right.
Oops.
Oh, can you run? Are you running?
Oh, oops. I should run.
Hold down left trigger. The game is gorgeous. Right, you got
There
it.
it is, the puzzle.
So
Wow.
see, I noticed this right away.
Yeah.
Right, and so I was like, but I thought eventually I have to find a panel where there'd be a bunch of lines and I'd have to draw
yeah.
this line. See, so I kept thinking that the environment was more in relation to something on a panel.
Oh, you thought there would be a panel that
Yeah.
corresponds to this.
Right, but because
Okay.
at
Because
the top
of
of
the
the
trees.
mountain also has the river, and you got to draw
Right,
a panel.
and
So
Oh, whoops. This isn't the way. There we go.
that's why I always just thought it was. It never occurred to me to try to draw them because
Because you
I
they
thought
were-
there'd be a panel
Okay.
that I'd have to look for.
And that's not unreasonable to believe either. Here we go. The big old...
Yeah. So I like this one.
Yeah.
I like the way that you have to kind of bring both sides together. Gilneshi talks is saying favorite part of the game was inside the mountain.
Yeah.
Every puzzle was just what the fuck is wrong with you, John Blow?
Yeah, inside the mountain, there are a couple things in there that just hurt my head.
I don't like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It made me
The
sick.
spinning.
Yeah,
I actually
the
just
spin-
forgot
the
about that. I
spinning.
was just thinking of the one where you had to have the two paths back and forth, which I thought was cool.
That one's real cool.
Oh.
Like, that's one of my favorites. But, is this it? Yeah, this is it. This part of it.
Yeah. This is the start of it.
I thought this might be a shortcut into the quarry, but it's not. Yeah, so, I mean, I did this area after I
Oh
did...
wow, Orsi created the shadow sequence. That's interesting. She was the environmental artist
Cool.
brought on, and I know she did some puzzles on it. I know which one she did, but yeah, actually the shadow sequence is one of my favorite.
So I did the shadow sequence after I did the temple and the Zen temple, and I felt like they were kind of related, like because they were about following these like branches.
Yeah.
Except that I found this area a lot easier.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're basically drawn on top. Right?
And like here's a funny one where like it's teaching you
You
that
are...
that your shadow doesn't matter. Like, just the tree. The tree is the key. Your shadow is pointless.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, anyway. And here's one where,
Right, you gotta open up the door.
the environment is a trick.
But the shadows are hard to do on low graphics. Yeah, actually, someone was saying that they had some problems playing the game because they were playing it on low setting, graphics setting, and that screwed up some of the puzzles.
Yeah, I can see how that might be true. I played on a mouse. I wasn't really used to controller. But yeah, because this one's really simple. Like, when the door's open, you just have to... And so here's another one where like it's asking you to parse which shadows are important,
Right.
right? So like the bars don't matter, just the trees.
Some of them I had to kind of guess. Some of the later ones, I never was too sure. I just sort of got it down to a point where,
You were just kind of making guesses.
yeah, like I wasn't quite. I was having a bit of a hard time reading the pattern, but it was. I wasn't sure if that was intentional because they were. Like if you had to guess, it was only between 2 or 3 options.
Right.
So
like here, like
Right,
for
this,
instance, there's
yeah.
a lot of visual noise here.
which if you look behind you, you can see.
Right.
Right.
Because behind you, you just see like, okay,
Yeah.
like, and it, like the big thick parts seem to read as the wood, and the thin ones tend to read as the bars.
Yeah.
So the rule you're building is, well, just ignore the thin ones.
In this case.
Except that, like,
Yeah.
in this case, like, the branches do block off the main path.
Right.
So so that's like the ultimate test. Like, did you ignore these?
Yeah.
Because initially they make it look like that is not an acceptable solution. Let's see, where am I going next? Right, this one.
Yeah, I think these were the ones where it became a bit more guessing.
Because there was a lot of
noise,
visual
and it was more. I was like, well, I can try to piece it together, or I'll just, do 2 or 3 guesses.
Oh, but you have to rotate this one?
No, you just ignore these diagonal lines.
Oh, man.
Right, so you're drawing the puzzle in your head. This is probably another reason why I like this area, because as I said, I like spatial kind of reasoning.
Okay, so these are my favorite, right? Because
yes,
this again is similar to the tree branch puzzle where you have to, not quite this one, but the ones where the piece is bent, and you have to look at the environment to figure out what's wrong with. Yeah. Troll puzzle.
That executing on these is kind of annoying. It's kind of like, I get it.
I suppose in a way these do build up to the Zen puzzle, but they feel. Did you just remember that?
I got it wrong. So, no, apparently I didn't remember it. What am I doing wrong? Okay.
You're just off by 1 or something.
I might have been, yeah.
You're off by 1. Looks like. Oh, you had to come down right away. Yeah, you went all the way.
Did I?
Like, I think the first time you didn't. You went 3 ways
Okay,
at the
got
top. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so this one I remember I was stuck on for a long
Yeah.
time until you realize it's bent.
Yeah. Because this, like, you need to take in more the idea of the shape than the actual shape.
Oh, no, this one was fine. This one wasn't bad. It's the one after. Yeah.
Left, down, left.
Right,
Up,
the idea
right,
of the shape.
up, right, yeah. It reminds me of how I would solve any, like, puzzle game that has you go through a maze.
What?
I would just say the words
Oh.
out loud to myself in order to remember them.
Yeah, so this one I was stuck on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it was realizing that it was actually shifted.
Yes.
Right.
Because there's like a space that's missing.
Right. No, but you can also notice that the pole is on an angle.
Right.
That the panel is sticky on, so everything is actually
Slightly off, yeah.
off to this, I guess, could be a red herring. Right? This one is designed so that it tricks you into thinking that you're on the correct starting position when you're not.
Right. In addition to, like, you missing that one, there's, like, an implied space here, so that the first time you try it, you're gonna go directly left and then up and then left, but you're supposed to go left and then up and then left.
Wait, what implied space?
So, like, for instance, it looks like they connect here, right?
Right.
But there's a space between them. So instead of it...
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So this is another one where it forces you into this perspective in order to check whether you're really getting it. Right? Like,
right.
So that's up. Dang it.
It's gonna have to be
up,
this one.
yeah.
Up, right, up.
Up. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Following.
Oh, you're getting motion sick.
You are?
No, it's okay. No. I feel kind of sick. I don't think it's the food though.
Just watching The Witness happen too much.
Just talking about the witness.
Alright.
Well, we have been playing for 2 hours now.
Gosh.
That is long.
It also might be time to move on to a new area.
Yeah, although isn't there a second part of the shadow?
There is. We can
what
go
is
look
that
at
one?
that.
What's you avoid the shadows or you follow the shadows?
The other one is following the shadows.
Following the shadows. Yeah. So see, I thought that was. I like this sequence because of that.
Because they're the two ways to use shadows.
They're yeah. That it uses both in one thing. It sort of. It
Because
does
here's the other
yeah.
one.
So I thought this was particularly clever. Right. It uses. It's almost Starcy Pilgrim where it's using the inversion.
Right, and that kind of comes together at the end where you have to do them both.
Crank up FOV. Hey, we can do that if we're feeling.
And this one's interesting because it's interpretive.
Hi, main GI.
Yeah.
Because like these lines aren't literal, so you've got to like follow the curve of the lines or the idea of the lines more so than the literal lines themselves.
Can we maybe just change it, raise the FOV in case maybe some people are watching or
Okay. How much you?
go all the way?
All the way.
What does that do? Let's see.
Just want to see what it looks like.
Oh, it looks really funny, right? Oh! Sorry.
Oh, it's not too bad.
That's kind of cool. Oh, you can see more of the game. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's field of view.
Sean's working on a 2D game, so
I don't understand.
Sean
anything
doesn't
about
understand
3D.
field of view.
I implemented it from scratch in college and then I forgot it.
Field of view?
Yeah.
For which class?
Computer graphics.
There's a computer graphics class at USC?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You have to implement perspective matrices from scratch.
Oh, that's actually...
It was
pretty
Yeah,
good.
quaternions, and then I forgot it all. I used to know how quaternions work.
Right, I'm trying to remember the rule to this one.
Oh man, this is like, fuck this.
Oh, it has to be the one branch, right? It has to be like connected, and you realize that part of it is from another branch.
Right. Nope, that wasn't it.
But anyway, we got it. More or less.
Yeah. So moving on. What's our next area?
Where do we go?
Stream, tell us.
Something
guys.
easy. How about the reflections?
Oh, we can do
The sun double?
the double.
Oh,
Is this something-
symmetry.
No,
Symmetry.
symmetry. That's easy.
Oh, we can do symmetry.
Symmetry's...
Take a break.
Yeah.
Someone should probably take
I'll,
over.
I'll take over. I think I'm going to adjust the...
Oh, can I have one of these?
Yeah.
Neat.
Here.
Thank you.
There are exactly 3.
Nice. Dates.
Symmetry. We're not going to do sound. 'Cause,
That's my least favorite area anyway.
where is symmetry?
It's near the beginning of the game. You're going the wrong way.
I know.
Go past the quarry, like over the bridge. You don't want to go left.
Oh.
No. You're getting further away.
I know. Look, I'm just going to go find a boat.
You're not. Okay.
Look, I'm going to do things my way. And we're going to solve it by just taking the boat.
I mean,
The boat does sort of bypass some level design stuff, right? It just means like... And then we'll go to the... Yeah, we'll do the reflection stuff later.
as in the Sun Temple?
The Sun Temple.
Sun Temple was the last area I did. It was like the second area I found, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like the end of the game that I finally understood it.
So someone was pointing, Lexi was talking about how like when he went back to the area, he saw that there was actually one flower
and it's next to one of these pieces, and the reflection of you see the reflection of the flower on the piece on the floor. So like, in a way, the game is kind of doing that. Is like, and it's a desert, right? And there's only that one flower, so it's really kind of there's sort of all these hints. I think is it here? Why is this so small?
Yeah, that's it. I feel like it would have been faster to just walk. But okay.
Well, no, we're quite far away. We're here.
It's like that's a pretty short line to
Yeah.
walk.
We're taking the scenic route.
Yeah, okay. Every
Taking
route,
the boat?
every route is the scenic route in the Witness.
Yeah, the boat. There's the sun. Is there? Can you use? He shouldn't have been allowed to use it for multiple things.
Nah, I think it just does the one.
You should have been able to travel to the sun. And Jonathan was He's like
He's the sun god.
emanating light.
Welcome.
And you destroy
Full motion
him,
video.
and you get the dark witness.
He is the baby from the Teletubbies.
Mega witness. Oh, I actually, speaking of Teletubbies, I watched an interview with the people who were in the Teletubby suits.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Riofer says the flowers do hint at the mechanic of most areas. Interesting.
Interesting.
What flowers?
So like I was talking about the Sun Temple, there's one flower where there's like only one flower, right? It's a desert area and it's next to one of the panels, and if you go and look at the flower, its reflection is seen on that. So it's hinting at it.
So the idea is that like if you looked at the flower and then looked up, you would see.
Yeah, actually, I'm just passing by now. I think this is the Sun Temple area, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. I just noticed that material is one of the very few in this game that's reflective. Good environmental puzzles here too. Right, Garlando Bloom. I'll see you later. There's a cross of flowers near the windmill, 2 flowers near the treehouse, and near Symmetry Island.
I have to look into that.
Oh. Isn't there an environmental puzzle here? I think.
Yeah, there's a
Right,
couple.
There's a few. There's that. Is that it?
Yeah, that's one. You have to get it from the other island though, or from the
Yeah.
other part of Symmetry.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Garlando Bloom. It was a good hangout. We'll do this one. I don't think we'll have time to do all 7. 7 lasers.
Oh goodness, no.
So.
I mean, granted, we could just kind of go up into the.
Go up to the mountain. Yeah.
I mean, granted, we can't get through without the lasers, but look at
Near
it.
the showers, there's a flower with half of it in shadow.
Oh.
Wait, we can't go out
Interesting.
here yet.
Oh, what?
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 Oh, fuck.
I told you.
Oh yeah, you have to solve it first.
I have to solve it to use the boat to
All right,
get there?
let's go to the town. That's like the next closest place.
Sounds
No, I mean like we could get to Symmetry
No.
from the
Oh,
town really
right.
fast.
This one, right?
Yeah. It's like that's just a quick skip over. This is it. Like I only ever used the boat to like do environment puzzles. I mostly just walked everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's faster to use it.
What, the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks,
It can
that looks
be.
very nice.
Like I think the Symmetry is another place where I like figured out about environment puzzles or like understood things about it because of the like rock column optional puzzles. Do you know which ones I mean? All right, well I'm going to show them to you.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, where?
Yeah,
Oh, is the ones where you have to find those?
I mean, we finished the game separately a while ago, and
I mean,
we're not playing the game for the first time here.
like I played through all the areas myself.
Is that that looked like it could be an environmental puzzle.
There's one on the castle. There's like actually 2 on the castle. Like if you're So
Sean
fast.
did this one already.
yeah. And the one with the yeah,
It
you
indicates
can
it's
see
solved.
it glowing because
Yeah.
it's already been solved. And the one up there can't be solved unless you do a puzzle with the shipping crate.
Yeah, so much for a shortcut.
We've only solved the color area, but we've looked at a lot of other areas. I don't think we're going to the mountain just because you have to
No.
be.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've mostly like left them kind of early because we wanted.
Oh, this one, right? You have
Yeah.
to solve. I didn't get this one. I think you have to solve stuff on the inside.
Yeah, there's a giant shipping crate in there, and you have to get the door open to complete the puzzle thing.
Okay. Symmetry Island is around here.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
To the right.
right.
To
No,
the
no.
right.
Keep going.
That was left. Ah.
Wait, what the fuck is that? It looks like a clip.
You have to back up further in order to solve it.
What?
Yeah. You have to do it from really far away.
I do?
Yeah.
Wait, does it? Do I need? That's the whole thing, right? Or does it need to connect?
Go
Further
left,
away.
probably.
Yeah, go left and then get far away. Real far away. Keep going.
Why?
Keep going. Okay,
Oh.
maybe too far. But, or more to the left, I don't know.
Why? But does it connect to somewhere else, or that's
No, it just is itself. So, part of the reason is because its material is not smooth. If you get really close to it, you'll see.
That's. I don't know if I like that.
I don't really, but it's there. Get to the right. You gotta get it uncovered.
We didn't do the jungle. We probably won't because nobody likes audio puzzles.
Alright, try it now. Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah, 'cause, like, walk up to it and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, but
Because, like, up here, it's
Oh.
like... And, like, once you're far enough away, like, the black and the yellow squares blend together. But, you'll have to approach it from the boathouse first. You
No?
have to go over there.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's referred to as the glass factory. There you go. Like, this is the first area I went to, like, straight left from the opening.
I don't know if there are flowers here. I don't know what the flowers are that he's talking about.
This first one. I think this one's so obvious that you.
Oh, one of these is one of these an environmental puzzle?
Yeah, it's the yellow one. Except that you can only solve it from the roof.
That's right.
And it has to have been raised in a certain way. There's like a couple of extra steps to it. So if you head into like the back of the room, I think that's where it starts. Yeah.
Yeah, well, now that the sunlight is here, there's a flower to your left. Okay, I want to take a look at that because that's something that I just started
What
to notice.
left? This left? Oh, is that flower in the water? Oh, ooh, that is.
Oh, there's a flower
What's the
here
name of
and a
that?
flower here. Yeah, that flower's not hinting at anything though. If it's symmetry.
Symmetrical
Hmm.
faces.
It's true, the
Interesting.
faces are symmetrical. Yeah, so
These ones I thought were pretty easy.
Yeah, I think this is the one that most people finish.
yeah, because it's like it feels like the second tutorial to me, where like this is the tutorial on how to get a laser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it's, you know, you'll get through the first area, you've just been introduced to the very basic mechanics, but here is where you're introduced to the structure of the game.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like, oh, you go through a series of puzzles, they kind of lead into each other,
Oh, yeah.
they go all the way through a concept, and at the end is this laser.
My favorite thing about games is figuring out how the structure of the game is going to work.
Yes.
After I figure that out, I just want to quit. It's like
Oh.
it's like in Dark
Yeah.
Souls, it's like, oh, this is what's going to happen. Okay, next Dark Souls.
Talus principle, which is why I think they showed the structure too early.
Yeah?
Well-
I think the structure is too early.
You solve it and it's like, okay, there's an area here and a bunch of signposts pointing to rooms with these sigils. I get enough of them, I do this sigil puzzle, I go outside. I am in literally hub A.
So
And
you're
there's
saying
door
they-
1, 2, 3 to 8,
It's
and then there's hub B.
It's the notion of revealing the goal of the game too early.
Yeah.
Like in Even the Ocean. Everybody, please visit eventheocean.com. It's the game I'm working on. You should join the newsletter. It's
Oh, I see.
it's
There's
like
the boat.
it's divided into a few acts, and each act you don't really know about the next act, and you kind of have this like small goal, but after you do that, it reveals a new goal narratively. It's like I guess fiction, right?
Yeah.
Like the act structure and all that.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is this game. So then it has a mountain, right? Like right away, you're.
Yeah.
Well, so I think that I kind of like knowing what the structure is.
Yeah, it's nice to know. I mean, it gives you a goal, but I like it when it's like, oh, there's actually another structure.
I do think
Well,
it's interesting to play games to study them for the structure.
Well, I mean, I agree that like your game needs mystery, like it needs something that's unknown. So, for instance, you're not going to know what kind of puzzles are coming next in The Witness. Like,
Yeah.
because the areas aren't identical to each other, and many explore different kinds of themes. Like,
I'm gonna plug my game on the screen. Oh,
Sure.
where's?
You can just use the chat.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's Sean typing.
I'm going to type in my game. I'm going to type in my
Just-
game.
Say you're Sean.
and so, like, I agree with the notion that like Talos Principle like earmarked its acts too easily, because like it kind of shows you exactly how big it's going to be from the start.
Right.
But I mean, one thing about The Witness is you have no idea how big the island is until you've explored all of it. And so, like, when you're first coming out, it looks huge because you have no context for the size of it, and like it takes a lot of game time for you to like really get a good sense of it. You know, it's exploratory in that way. But I still do kind of like having an understanding of the structure so that I know how close I am to beating the game. And this is partially just because I'm like always trying to be kind of efficient with my game playing.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know like how many more hours I'm going to be playing something.
Oh, there we go.
But that's like,
Dark Souls has a very subtle way of indicating that.
here
Probably
goes.
shouldn't spoil it because
I mean, that's. But
You're
I'm
progress to
interested in
Dark Souls?
playing games now that to learn about that. They're.
Dark Souls.
There you go.
Dark Souls has kind of a 2-act structure that I really actually it's more of like a 3-act structure, and no one really likes the 3rd act.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about that since not everyone here signed up for Dark Souls spoilers.
It's Dark Souls 1. Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're only spoiling the
So
witness here.
I like this one because it is like here's another place where they're using the exact same puzzle. So like this is the same solution each time, but the thing that's changing is like the warped visuals to kind of let you know that like the puzzle isn't changing just because the visuals look crazy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I think
okay.
that kind of thing is a setup for like the shadow area, where like even though the shadows on the trees are getting warped and changing directions and changing rotations, that
right.
like the rules of the lines still hold tight.
Right.
So like they're saying like sometimes ignore the way it looks visually, keep to the rules.
I think we're playing on medium quality setting. You can see the reflection looks
I
really
thought
terrible.
you were about to say I think we're playing on medium difficulty, and I was about to wonder like what.
No, you
what
can
could
see
that possibly
you
mean?
can see the reflection here, right? Like that looks
A little
that
grainy.
doesn't look great.
Yeah, that's
The shadow looked pretty
fine.
Yeah. The
What happens if you put it on hyper and the computer just locks up?
my computer. I don't know why. I have a 970, but it was a lot smoother. So even the ocean on Twitter. Yeah, Sean just posted his game. You're posing meaning to them.
We were talking about why they're the same. It's just sort of to give you more abstract ways of solving things.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, here's a tough one for you. Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, hold on. There we go.
Yeah, this is why I played on mouse.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think this was actually the first area I solved.
Yeah, it should be, because I feel like the game is doing everything it can to guide you here first. Because it's like a safe area. Like it's right to the left, and you can see the ocean already, so you know that there's like nothing past it.
Yeah.
Should I be starting? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, here's one.
Oh wait, is this the first time the? No. These black dots are introduced earlier.
Yeah,
in the green room.
Introducing basic rules of how symmetry works, like how you need to count both lines. Like both of them are equally valid as like your lines go.
Oh. Wait a minute.
No, that's not gonna work.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. This one's hard.
Yes?
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. No, I don't got it. What the hell?
Oh man, the witness.
There we go.
Yeah. So that one just has an unusual shape.
Right.
And now we're introducing the, what would you call that? It's like not bilateral symmetry, but...
Double symmetry. It's like diagonal symmetry. It's reflected across the x and the y axis.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that.
Is that what it's actually called? Diagonal symmetry?
No, it's some based on math word for it.
There's probably a math word. Alright.
Well, you can just say xy symmetry.
Oh, well, it also starts to get you... It's not quite as clear who's getting, like, which pieces you have to get in this one.
Oh, rotational symmetry. That's what it's called.
Ah, yes. Okay, great.
Right, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
this
see.
is one where they ask you to cross over the line. Where, like,
Across the screens.
yes.
What is that from, anyway?
I don't know.
Ghostbusters. About crossing streams?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Ghostbusters, you're not supposed to cross the streams when they shoot the beam, like ghost beams. I believe they're called ghost beams. No,
Is that a Keen joke?
Sounds
probably.
like it. Fuck.
Yeah, this one's
You need a
Like,
PhD for
another-
this one.
another one of those like spatial
My
reasons.
My eyes are actually just hurting from...
From staring at the witness.
There's not enough contrast between the black
There's
dots.
not enough contrast, and then also the... Now that it's sunny outside, it's,
No, that ain't gonna work.
Cool. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up soon. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours.
Jeez.
That's a lot of witness, and but hope you guys all enjoyed it. We're, our Twitter, our Twitter handles are just on the bottom of the
The
screen.
latest
so-
in cutting edge games criticism. Follow us on Twitter.
And Sean, you have Twitch channel.
I don't
You don't
usually
really-
use. I usually use YouTube because it just auto uploads to my account.
I just don't like YouTube's layout. It's like there's so much stuff that's distracting. There's all these suggested videos.
So, real quick then, before we shut down, I wanted to show you what I was talking about. There's a series of these optional puzzles in the symmetry area. These are one of the ones I came across
Some of
earlier.
these confuse me. I couldn't figure out why they worked. I like
How
how
did I
it.
get down there?
Yeah, right.
No,
Oh,
that's
you were
fine.
getting that the right way.
I gotta get up and around.
Will we come back to this? Yeah. I feel like we talked about a lot of stuff. What else would we talk about?
This was just a thing I had mentioned earlier. I just wanted to show you.
No. I mean, I think Fungus Dude was asking about this stream.
Oh, is it coming back
No.
to the witness?
It's kind of just a
not.
one-off.
Well, I feel like we just covered everything.
I think we should.
Well,
we should do other games.
We should stream Dark Souls. Wait, no.
Oh
Actually,
man, the shadows look really bad on medium.
Yeah.
what is happening with the green?
That's just.
Okay. So here it is. Like this.
Oh, I
is-
totally solved these ones.
Yeah, you did?
I
Okay,
did.
good.
I did them.
I got
yeah.
confused by the last few.
Yeah. Well, the last few are like where they really like test you. Like so here's another one where they're like, oh, use the environment.
Yeah, no, I remember doing this one and liked it a lot. Because there was actually another... Oh, no. There's another puzzle later on near the town that uses this.
Is there? What
Yeah.
is it?
There's the one, remember, because there's the one that's got like it's got this funky pattern. I think it's like shown radially.
Oh.
Do you remember? It turns out to be a tree.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It's like part of a series of like recap puzzles.
Right, but they're drawn kind of weird.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know which one you mean.
So actually, I did not do this one, but there was another
you did
one
one
that
that was
uses
related
that
to
uses the same idea. So these are great, right?
Yeah.
Symmetry, and then it's using the reflection.
So let's see. This one in particular just has you use
Was there anything you get from solving these?
no, just the satisfaction of a job well done. So like from this angle, this becomes solvable.
You know what games should do? They should give you like coupons if you
Oh yeah,
solve them.
you get witness coupons for.
Not witness
You
coupons.
get John Blow's next game,
A free-
50% off.
And I'm saying like
if you solve all the options.
$5 McDonald's gift card if you solve the sequence or something.
I was thinking more of like a free hug coupon, but
I want to hug Jonathan Blow.
why not?
I don't even know him.
You're watching the stream right now.
You can hug a stranger.
No personal offense. I just mean I don't want a hug from anyone.
Oh, okay. Is this how you
Sorry.
solve this one? This probably isn't the right one.
Oh yeah, I got stuck here.
Oh, you did these too?
I did all of them somehow. I think this one I brute forced.
Wait, what? How'd you solve that one?
You're looking. So, like the symmetry that we've learned about earlier, like it only counts if it's true for both of them,
Got it.
right? So you need to obey the ones along the bottom line.
Oh. This one uses the palm trees, right?
Yeah, this is the one that's like the trick. So like, and I noticed that in earlier ones you literally can't get behind them; they're like on a very edge.
Yeah.
But this one, like, no matter what you do, this isn't gonna work. Like, it just doesn't line up. So this is where the physicality of the puzzles matter.
Because it's glass.
Because you can go backwards and, like,
Oh, shit.
it's the puzzle. So, like, and when people say things like, the witness should just be on iPhone, you know what I mean? They go like, oh, why don't they just put 100 witness puzzles on iPhone?
Yeah.
It's like, this is the reason. Because not all of them are as simple as, like, the panel. Like,
Right.
some of them are about literally going outside of the panel and, like, subverting its rules.
Right, it makes the puzzles feel like part of the world rather than some arbitrary mechanic.
Right. And I know we talked a lot about, like, the arbitrariness of the nature of this game.
Yeah.
But that's because all of those arbitrary bits of nature do exist to serve the puzzles. And granted, they're not always consistent with, like, each other across the entire island. Like, the rule that shadows create the path is only true in the Shadowland.
But when you're thinking about it from a narrative standpoint, you're wondering, why? Did someone put those there? Is this some crazy guy's experiment, or is this some weird holiday resort for people that like solving puzzles?
Garrett Pollock says they're porting it to iOS, but
I think I think
like
what you
porting
meant
the whole
was 3D, not just having all the panels.
Right, yeah, I've heard it suggested that they just do a panel-based mobile game,
Right.
which, I mean, could be pretty fun, but would miss a lot of this game. What was I on Twitter? Right, yeah, so the nature, it's true that, like, I was kind of disappointed about the level of storytelling in the game.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I was hoping that there would be more to the world than the fact that the world isn't real. Because I know it's not real.
I think there's the flowers right there, by the way.
Over here?
No, just to your right. Continue there. Yeah, I think it's near something that's reflective. I think just in front, right there. Right.
Huh?
Is that where the flower?
No, it's just
never
some
mind.
rocks.
Yeah.
And
And then this is a environmental
yeah,
puzzle.
these are the ones that I found first.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw that shine, and I went, whoa, shiny. And so I, like, tried to grab it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, hey, something happened. I can't find this flower.
The flowers are like little Easter eggs.
The flowers are sort of.
Flowers probably near.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's one example here.
Probably near the puzzles. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I go in there, in the temple.
Run!
that.
Right. I gotta keep remembering that I can run.
Although I think the flower only really makes sense. Well, it stands out here, and in some of the other areas, the flower is not as.
So where is this flower? This mysterious flower. Further back towards where you came from? Okay.
Maybe I'm not sure. I just
On
know
the left of the Desert Temple.
there's a flower around here.
Oh, is it over in this area?
No way. The flower is on the left of the desert
Here it is.
temple. Yeah. Okay, right.
Oh,
so
okay.
So,
So
yeah,
there's a reflection of flowers here.
there's a reflection of flowers. So not
And
the
I
flower.
see, this would be trying to tell me what the mechanic
Who would
is.
ever find this?
I actually
Well,
did not
because
find
the
it.
flower is supposed to stand out because it's this is a desert area and things aren't supposed to grow here.
True, but
Right.
it's a bit out of the
Think
way.
about all the
'Cause, like, I
paths.
can't see it from here.
Right.
And I just went to the real big, giant, obvious temple to the right. And it's like, oh, hey, look at this thing.
Yeah, I suppose it's only one of those things where after you solve it, you come across it and you're like, oh.
That would have helped.
So, like, this, for instance, I solved the first one completely on accident without knowing the rule. And then I could never solve the second one, no matter how many times I
Oh,
tried.
you just guessed it correctly?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, it took me, as I said, the entire game just to see that.
This one's also not as obvious.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's what you have to see. And, like, it took me the whole game to see it.
How did you see it? You just.
I came in at the right angle and went, oh, there it is. It was there all along. Like, I knew that these things had this, like, specular surface on them. Because, you're looking around and, like, some of them, like, do that.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't really put it together until, like, late. Super late.
I think I thought it had something to do with understanding the
Well-
entire island and you solve other areas.
Actually, I
and then
remember
this
now.
would kind of come up.
It actually was the town that helped me figure it out. Because I did the town before doing this temple.
What?
And, like, yeah, I know, right? And I did the town, and there was there was one reflective panel in it that works this way, and seeing it there made me understand what was happening here.
Oh.
So someone in the stream said that they did the same with the tinted windows, where they had seen it in the
Oh,
town
right, yeah.
and like brought it back out
Yeah.
to
That's interesting.
because the town is just like it's full of every mechanic.
Oh, interesting.
So-
Garrett Polk says the reflection didn't show up on his monitor.
Really?
Either video card issue or color calibration, so
Huh.
or screen glare.
Weird. Like,
Oh yeah, that one. This one's cool because the shadow
yeah.
blocks you, but you can do it without.
Right, because you
It
can
gives
see
you
the
enough
start and
information,
the end.
yeah.
So you're like, oh, I guess I'll just. And there's only so many ways. Oh, dang it, I was wrong.
Oh,
Because you gotta move it to see the whole.
Right, I gotta move it. Never mind, silly me.
oh, you have to move it. Oh,
Yeah.
you do have to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. Although I
This
feel
is
like
not. This is not one of the areas I finished.
really.
To at least not to get the laser. Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, that was the wrong way, wasn't it? No.
Well, no, because you can see how the second half is.
Right, I can see both sides of it, and then I have to piece them together in my head. Yeah, there it is.
Interesting.
So it is shaped like that.
I like that every puzzle was solved locally, aside from knowledge gleaned from other areas. I didn't need to throw this switch in the desert to open the door in the treehouse. Oh,
Yeah, I like that too
Yeah.
because, like, when we talked about using knowledge to unlock things,
Right.
like the thing I always hated about Myst was that the clues had no relation to the things they went to. Right? Like, you would just have to write a number you saw on a wall down and hope it would be useful one day.
Right.
But in here, like, you learn things about the time that they're useful.
Right. And then the I
So
think
that's
as 03am points out, the main hub town ends up being this place you keep coming back to, but you're always unlocking it slowly.
I don't want to do these puzzles. Do
Yeah.
I need to do more?
Well, we could go somewhere else, or we can...
Oh, they had that funny big one down there, right?
Oh, down in the...
A big theme in this game is walk away from things and take a break, and having things contained locally really reinforces that. That was a pretty strong point with the game's design. Like, when you're stuck on a programming bug or whatever.
Oh, this, yeah.
Right, like the idea that you can step away from it to try and
I
help
never-
yourself solve it.
I never understood those panels that were just sort of broken
These?
and
Oh, the ones on the ground.
yeah,
You talking about the triangles?
I think so. Yeah,
I think there's one over here we can show how it works.
I mean I would solve them, but not.
So the triangle panels are just letting you know slowly over time the rule of triangles.
Oh,
Because it becomes useful to open a secret area,
Yeah.
like late in the game,
right.
where you need to understand triangles.
The idea is that you're supposed to like I think take screenshots or write these all down. It's basically it's the number. The thing indicates how many sides of the cell should be highlighted.
How many sides is that?
So one for one triangle.
So like 2 triangles means that 2 sides need to be covered by a line.
So like this won't work. 2 sides are touching.
Two
This
sides?
won't work because 3 sides are touching the cell that the triangle's in,
Oh,
but 1 works.
And so, yeah, there's like a... If you've got enough lasers in the game, there's like a puzzle that opens up somewhere. This is one place where you do need like a special key, essentially. But,
interesting.
like,
Is that the challenge?
no.
No.
But it leads to the challenge. Like, it opens up a puzzle area with loads of new puzzles, and then, like, the challenge is, like, inside of that area somewhere.
No.
Dorito puzzles. Yeah.
I don't remember the blue. Is that race?
No, you have
yeah,
to cancel.
those, like, are the canceling.
Yeah.
They say...
Oh fuck this! I don't want to do this.
yeah, that's
Anyways.
one of the big ones. Because inside of that is one of the video
Yeah.
pieces.
What is there left to see in the wetness? Oh,
Plenty. Yeah, the quarry we didn't do. We didn't do. Well, we're not going to
We
do
didn't do the
jungle,
bamboo forest.
nor will we.
We didn't do
That's it.
the mountain.
Yeah, we didn't do the mountain. We haven't really done the town, but the town is everything. I mean, it's kind of worth talking about because it's everything. But
The
Yeah.
sound seems more interesting than this, which is just the cancellation stuff.
yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the.
I like the cancel puzzles, but I think we would try a lot of the same ground.
Right, and it's kind of straightforward as mechanics go, but
Alright. Well, I think we're you know
cooling down.
we're cooling down, so maybe we can kind of talk about final thoughts on the game, and if people in the chat have any other questions or stuff we haven't discussed. We're not going to go to any new areas, but if
Yeah, we'll just
is this
look
person
at-
juggling in
Just
the
look at
shadow?
this guy.
Yeah, he like failed to juggle. Like you can see his rocks are
Oh,
falling,
interesting.
and in his shadow you can see it. He's a bit sad for a juggler.
Yeah, well, this is
But I guess he dropped his balls.
the
so.
eclipse puzzle. Well, maybe we can go back to the beginning and watch the end.
Oh yeah.
So
could
we
do
start
that.
a new game, right? That's
We
what
don't
it is.
have to.
We don't.
No, just
No.
do it. I don't remember the solution.
I do.
Oh, okay. Then go back to the.
Oh, sorry.
Oh well.
It might just be faster. It's just 2 puzzles.
Yeah, I do think that specularity being kind of evident in the Sun Temple is like helpful to getting you in the right space.
Well, because nothing else is specular.
Right, like
Yeah.
just the sand. Right, and those panels. But then again, it didn't help me the first time at all. Like, I just kind of glanced over that.
Alright.
And here it is.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yay.
Portals.
So someone was saying that they kind of wish that there had been more of these.
More secret super areas?
Yes.
I mean, there's that whole underground cave network thing.
But with the portals.
Oh, as in,
Yeah.
like...
Using the gesture opens up new areas.
Showing
that-
different times of the places. This is basically stepping back in time.
Oh, is that's supposed to be the logo?
I think so.
Yeah, of whatever company
Built the witness.
built the thing.
low soft?
This kind of
that
fictionalized version of the
Oh
developers.
wow, this is actually really nice. You see that cloud? That's a really cool effect. I wonder how they did it.
I think there's like a pretty good series of web articles from one of the artists that kind of talks about the
Oh, I
visual
love this.
development of every single area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lewis.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that, like, I read all of those, and they're all super fascinating. And one
Yeah.
of them was just about clouds.
I love this area.
Yeah, this is like part of the underground cave network, but as seen from like a different perspective.
So we'll
Yeah,
watch-
because you can
Oh
see.
right, because you can see
you can
that's
see the
like
challenge
music
from
box.
here.
The worst
Yeah.
puzzle in the game.
It is intense, and I'm not sure.
Where
that
is this in the witness? Like,
Where is it?
I'm just floating. I'm not on the island.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I
just-
mean, this is atemporal, aspatial. Like you're kind of just in a place that is bending the rules.
Yeah.
Because you'll keep coming in and out at different points. Because like there's no way that floating hotel actually connects to a bunch of caves inside the bottom
Right.
of the island. So
I think they just keep using portals to sometimes send you to the.
yeah, that sounds probably true. And not that we can hear what they're saying.
Special thanks to our friends at Sony.
Yeah, this is
Thunder, Adam Boys.
Boyes.
Yeah.
Justin
Justin Masson-Gill.
Yeah.
Alessandro Provenzi. Sorry.
It's interesting that like the credits area is pretty hidden.
Cannot see. There we go. It's too bright here.
Right, we're getting glare off our screen.
No, I think your screen's also just the brightness is all. It's that too.
Oh, so I thought this part was very cool.
Yeah, like this kind of
This exploration. I kind of wish there was more of this in the game.
more like weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really. I think my game will probably have more sequences like this.
That like kind of become abstract and
Yeah.
artistic looking.
Oh, right. So that's. I guess because I've been to the office in San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it. That's the
Neat.
office. That's. It's kind of cool. I really like this effect.
Oh, the 3D scan.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see though.
Yeah, we actually. Yeah, the glare. Maybe there's a witness puzzle. Did I die? I cannot see anything.
We can just end by watching the pea jar thing.
I'm trying to watch the video, but
What the fuck? Oh, straight.
You're
Straight?
just looking off into the. You're just like looking off into the distance.
oh,
Alright, this is backwards.
No,
yeah,
oh,
you
this
just
is
gotta
backwards.
you just gotta keep going.
Into the light, really.
oh yeah, it's because yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't see it at all when you're sitting down.
Oh, I can see now
Oh.
as well. I'll stay down here.
Boat.
I mean, as far as like this kind of abstract stuff, like I don't
Cannot see
know,
anything.
because they don't really have puzzles in them, other than like a few.
I cannot see anything right now.
I think the video started, right?
Has it?
Oh, we have to be looking. Ah!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it started.
The P video.
We missed a secret. Sorry.
Can we have echo for this part? I just want to hear this.
There's not a whole
I don't
lot
think
to
there's
hear.
sound.
There's sound.
I
It's
just
just
like,
not.
It's kind of funny sounds. Knocking shit over.
Oh yeah, some of the chat is hidden behind the camera.
Oh, oops.
Totally missed that.
Oops.
I just don't understand this part.
I mean, I think the implication is that.
No, I mean, like, why he filmed it like this and just didn't get a production studio to...
Oh, as in why it was filmed with like a GoPro or whatever.
Yeah, like, this is the office, but...
Even it doesn't look. I don't know. I guess like why is it 4x3? You know, and not filmed in higher quality.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me think about the FMV videos, or the FMVs from the window.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like that. They're like not in super high quality. They're not.
Right.
They're all grainy and kind of incomplete. And Like, I don't know, this kind of has that same quality to it.
What's on the screen? This is the movie.
At the, I guess this is the ending of The Witness, technically.
Yeah, it seems about as close to an ending as anybody's
So
found.
everything has been VR.
Right, I mean, like, the actual story of The Witness, if you listen to the audio logs in the secret area, is that, like, it's like a meditation chamber.
Right.
Like, you go into it, it pumps you full of philosophy, and then you kind of forget everything that happened inside of it when you come back out. And it's supposed to have just, like, subconsciously delivered you to a Zen state or something. And this is him coming out of it.
Are those stocks on the table?
No.
No, that's one of the statues.
Yeah, it's like the stone guy.
Cool. Oh, there's a screen in front of John. I think that's actually the program running the simulation.
Yeah, it like has a bunch of text that implies that it was running The Witness like while he was inside of it. So the thing they talk about is how like in previous iterations of The Witness, like they sent people in and then they had a designated time to pull them back out. Like they would only go in for a few hours or something.
Oh.
And this was the first person who went in where no one was going to pull him out until he was done. And so it was like a final trial run.
Right.
What happens when someone fully envelops themselves inside The Witness until they're ready to leave?
The secret of Psalm 46 is actually an ending. What's Gilmore talking about? After the challenge, there's a hint about how to get back. Oh, that's a Psalm 46, right?
Psalm 46 is one of the movies you can get. And you can consider it like a good summation.
Well,
of
because
the
that's the
game.
last thing you see, right? You finish the challenge and you watch that final movie.
Yeah.
I consider that an ending.
You could see it that way. I mean, it just doesn't literally shut the game down, so... But...
What do you think of the normal ending where you are
where you float.
you fly around on the
I hate
elevator,
I hate that ending
and
so much.
and then it just starts you from the beginning.
Yeah, because it's like the most anticlimactic.
Right.
It feels to me like almost like a punishment to players who aren't curious enough to get all the things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, well, try coming back when you're more curious.
Do everything again.
Yeah.
Well, though it does create a save game right before it does that.
It does. It does. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It makes it feel like you don't deserve an ending unless, like, you're willing to go all the way and get everything.
Garrett calls it the Chocolate Charlie and the Chocolate Factory ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys take? Sorry, continue. What were you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if there's stuff here that in your own games you've taken. I think for me, I'm not. I think I can actually make a lot of the puzzles in my game a lot harder. At least some of the optional ones, and not be so. So the issue is that I don't have the benefit of the doubt that John gets. Right?
Yeah.
People are gonna power through some of the harder puzzles because, it's a Jonathan Blow game.
So you feel kind of encouraged to, like, be a bit harder?
No, well, yeah, like, I not quite as hard as this game is, at least not in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I feel like reviewers will push themselves to play through this game. Because they're like, well, we know this game is made by Jonathan Blow.
Right, so it's supposed to... It's already presupposed to be brilliant.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas if I send them a game and they're stuck, they're just like, well...
Oh, I get
forget this, I've got 20 other games I need to
Because
review.
you don't have that benefit of the doubt
Right,
built
they're
in.
like,
that your game-
who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right? So...
Well, so like I'm not making a puzzle game, but it is first person, and what I felt like taking from The Witness is like the understanding of visual design, like a visual presentation to players. Like I want to try and work harder to guide people through the visuals of level design,
Right.
and to create framing. Because in Octodad I couldn't do that because it was like a crazy third-person camera.
Yeah.
But
In a way, isn't that better for framing because you're in control of the camera?
it would be if making designed cameras wasn't terrible.
Oh.
Like, having to build a camera for every single scene was obnoxious. But I'm more so thinking, like, when a player can choose where to look, like I need to be very mindful of what it is they see.
Right.
You
And
have
so
to be careful about details.
yeah, and not in the way we were talking about, like where something is too detailed.
Yeah. You know what would have been amazing for this video?
Yes.
Is that he sees like a giant environmental puzzle and he presses it and it takes off. Like
Oh.
he like something
He brought it. He
Yeah.
brought it out with him,
and then he's just like and it just you see like the particle effects
and the
and
sun
it just
explodes.
and then it goes to black.
That would be amusing,
That would contradict a
But-
lot of the point of the ending,
but yes.
No, it's just like now he's like he's a superhero.
He's
That would have been.
He's
I think
attained-
that would have been more interesting.
attained enlightenment.
Yeah, he's attained enlightenment, and now he
And
can,
now he can blow up
solve
the sun.
environmental puzzles.
Jonathan
in
Buddha
real life.
Blow.
Yeah, but yeah, like I wanna do a lot of work in like trying to understand, like
There's an environmental puzzle here.
what, but you don't have control.
Oh, but he
I
doesn't
thought.
try to touch it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay,
Oh, it just quits the game.
yeah, because you're done.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
definitely more of an ending.
yeah, then the floating elevator, yeah, because that ending. But well, the other thing to think about for me, like I want a game that has lots of secrets, right? Like because I'm convinced at this point that well, one is that I love secrets in games, but two is that like secrets are a great way to like build a community because players will then like come together to try and find them and solve them.
Fez.
Yeah, like Fez, like Shadow of the Colossus, like a lot of games that I love and I got into because of their secret finding community.
So the thing with secrets, like I was talking to Alan
Yeah.
Hazelden about this, and he said if you do put secrets, you should have a way for players to keep track of how many they are.
Right.
And because he wants to know that he solved them, and I was like, I don't. The whole point is that you shouldn't know
Well, I
how
think
many there
we
are.
have-
I think it's about layers.
Yeah.
Some could be like that. Anodyne has secrets, but we didn't want to give achievements for all of them because
Mhm.
that kind of ruins the. It's sort of like once you do all the secrets, they're like, oh yeah, we actually wanted you to do this. Whereas, I think a lot of appeal from secrets is because they originated in people expecting no one would ever find them. And now they sometimes they kind of feel dialed in, like secrets.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They can be nice depending on the context.
Well, my thought is like you kind of get the layer of the game that is the game, like the main stuff that you literally tell people to do.
In this case, the panels.
Yeah. And then you
That's
get
one layer.
and then you get the layer of stuff that you don't tell them to do, but which still fits with the game structure.
In this case, the environmental puzzles.
Well, no, I would say in that case it would be like panels that aren't required to do the lasers, or like non-standard panels and various other things. And then, yeah, like branching out into like things that require you to think harder and look farther, like environment puzzles. Or like, okay, gathering all the videos to me is like part of the things you don't tell people to do,
Right.
but which they do. Because like you can still accomplish that within the confines of the panels, but once you get out into environmental puzzles, you're like no longer following that structure
Right.
all the way. And nobody knows how many of those there are, really, other than like the makers of the game and
Yeah.
whoever they told.
Okay.
The Witness.
Oh.
Like I don't know how many environmental.
Oh,
puzzles
the
there are.
obelisk.
Oh, the obelisk.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Scratch
they do.
that. So.
Plus, John has said how many puzzles. He's like 667.
Oh boy,
Current puzzle count.
that's a lot of puzzles. Never mind. So, I guess that actually, yeah. So the obelisks are a way of trying to keep track of these things.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Electron Dance. He's got the article about. I think it's an Electron Dance piece where
Collectibles.
collectibles. That he talks about exploration and how, like, in some games, by putting a collectible at the end of this area you explore, it almost ruins.
Yeah.
Like, he talks about how in these games that they were interesting. It was unintentional. It was a glitch that allowed him to, like, go to some area off the map. But that was actually much more rewarding from a pure exploration perspective than if you were like, oh, here's
knowing
a
you're kind of
little
doing
silver
it.
coin
I mean,
and
there-
then some number goes up.
That's
So-
pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I do think it would have been more thematically consistent if the Witness didn't have the obelisks.
Because then there would be no way to know.
I mean, a lot of the game is just about like, oh, don't worry about finding solutions or something. But that was kind of like, well,
That-
there is a final win state with the game or something. I don't know.
Also, I think about Shadow of the Colossus and what they call the last great secret.
Oh, the roof thing.
No, that wasn't it.
No, it's the one that no one solved, right?
Right. The idea was that there's just one final secret that nobody had ever solved in that game, or at least the developers claimed there was. And there was a community hunting for it for years and years, like just pouring through the files of the game, looking for things, like doing everything they could, because there was one in Ico, and no one knew about it until Shadow of the Colossus came out. And then they told
I think
everyone.
the witness is kind of trying to argue against making people do
Can I show you that environmental puzzle of the ending video? Yes, please. Kim, show us the, send us the link.
I'm gonna use that.
And we will switch to the desktop view. Is it Frog Fractions 2?
Oh god. I mean, there's a great game about secrets. Oh yeah, it's just like a statue of one, isn't it?
The witness has Frog Fractions 2 as a secret. Yeah, so like, if you had come out here and then just, you know, and then like particles went up, I think that would have been a really cool video.
Sure. I don't know that it would make sense, but
Yeah.
oh.
No, but yeah. If I did the ending, that's how I would do it. Straw Rat. If it ever gets a physical release, there should be an environmental puzzle on it. So anyway, I think that about wraps it up for us. So once again, this is Kevin, Sean, and yeah, I'm William. So yeah, we'll maybe we'll do this another time with some other game. Hope you guys Dark Souls maybe. I think
Interesting.
you haven't played it.
I have not played
That's
Dark Souls.
interesting.
It wouldn't be a good first time thing to do.
No.
But if you guys make progress in it and like it, then that'd be
Well, how long does the whole game take?
fine.
Hours? Hundreds of
First
hours?
playthrough, if you're new, might take up to 60.
Okay.
But I wouldn't worry about going that far. I mean, I think it's interesting to just talk about. Like,
Right. Okay. So anyway, thank you guys all for tuning in and for hanging out as we talked about The Witness today. And we will see you guys around.
Yeah, thanks for watching
Okay. That's
and for
good.
participating.
Yeah. That was really, thanks for everyone who joined in on the discussion and for everyone that tuned in to listen.
man, someone falls asleep.
He did a puzzle in the comment.
Garrett Polk's got
Environmental puzzle.
Garrett's got an environmental puzzle. Let's try to click on it.
I'm on fire.